Okay.
Yep, that's what it was. No, that's what it was.
I didn't have it open before.
No, I'm saying
to try to help you.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying my phone wouldn't let me start it until I closed it out, and now it started. Visibly.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. Cool. I think we're started. Finally, a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah, well, it happens. If you have not already, please repost the space. Oh. Did you see that we're at 91 followers on Rumble, by the way?
Oh, snap.
Nice.
9 more to go, and then we can start really doing nothing.
I'll follow you guys with our show account. We haven't been active for quite a while, but we're going to be soon. But I will follow you, so you'll have 92 now.
Woo!
Woohoo!
But yeah, so it's you have to have 100 to get into the creator program or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys on there as JinxedSip or what?
Yeah.
What do you guys on?
Yeah. Yep. And you can just go to our website, and the link's there too if you want to do it the easy way.
I definitely like.
You guys are streaming right now?
Yeah.
Yep. We always do with our spaces.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Our spaces are Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, and on my X account when Jinx is the host, and on her X account when I am the host. All of them JinxedSip. All the links are in our freaking.
Hey, can I ask you all a question about that? So if you have like multiple platforms, you got the Insta, you got the YouTube, you got the X and all this stuff, and you get to a certain level, does that mean you're getting like tiny little paychecks from each one?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yes.
Eventually, yeah. Twitch and Rumble are the only ones actually paying us right now, though.
All right. So like what kind of numbers are we talking about here? Like, you know, like 50, 60 bucks a month, a couple $100 a month from each one.
I wish.
I wish. No, fucking all time is like $12 right now.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, it's a slow start.
It's a start. Yeah.
But, you know, the more often we can get to 10 or more viewers on Rumble, the more often that, you know, we can do quick ad reads and we get paid out for those.
Yeah.
Based on how many people we've got in there.
Yeah.
And then you can
so you're saying I'm not contributing by not getting on Rumble.
Basically.
Yes. Yeah. And we are going to be slowly moving away from spaces.
Yeah, because they suck.
And in order to do the chat, because we still want to have people to talk with, but we'll do that on our Discord instead.
Which that link's also on our website, FYI. Yep.
Link's on. Can you post a link to the Discord and the purple pill?
Website. Just go to our website. It's so much easier, champ.
Just chant, man, because I'm too lazy to go fucking website, man. I'm not too lazy to go to page. I'm just sorry, man.
I'll
DM it to you. I'll DM it to you.
Okay.
I just don't want to put the Discord link public. That makes sense.
It is
public. Yeah, just DM me because I got a Discord. All my shit on Discord is fucking chess, man. So I don't have anything else but chess on my Discord. So
I mean, it's already public. It's already public.
Is that why it says Champs is a master at swallowing the black piece? I was curious what that was fucking about.
No, actually, I was playing with the black pieces, and I just beat a white boy. So I know, dude. Okay. My bad, dude. Sorry. I was way more accurate than the guy. So anyway, I don't want to disrail this the space that Sippy and Jinx this year having.
I DM'd you the Discord invite link.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. But
it's slowly getting busier over there. We got a little over 20 people, including us.
Yeah.
growing.
It is, slowly but surely.
Is that Discord Records?
No.
No. Okay, that was a joke I actually made. Nobody got it because nobody's from the 1980s punk rock era.
I was born in the 80s.
Old.
But were you really?
I
You
was
look
born-
like way younger than me.
I was born in the 80s too.
I was too. I was born in '82.
Sippy.
I was
I'm
born in the 60s.
86.
She's 86
You're
years
old.
old. Yeah.
I was born in the 60s.
Yeah, we all had to be born at some point, right?
There's an
Yeah.
age limit.
Let me give you all a
89.
little advice.
Take that guy out. Just
Give
playing.
up the process. Give up the processed sugar. Give up the processed sugar. That picture of me, it's real. It was just taken. I'm 57 years old. And like I said, Discord Records was a punk rock label back here in DC with the punk rock era back in the 1980s, like Minor Threat, Bad Brains, Government Issue, Marginal Man, that sort of thing. Probably before nobody's heard of those. But so
I know
anyway,
who Minor Threat is.
yeah. For real. So here's something like this was what business was like back in those days as far as merch. One of the greatest things about that era was if you played a show, you'd play a show and it would be like a $5 show and you might get $100 or something for playing a show. But the real way to make money was selling tapes out of the trunk of your car after the show. Because everybody would come in and buy a tape, or after the show, they'd buy a tape and they'd spend like another $5 or $10. So, like, the thing with the point I wanted to make with you guys with the getting on the several platforms and stuff like that, I think you're already doing this, but back it up with the merch.
We also have a merch store.
Yes, we have merch.
Because that's where the real money, the significant amount of money, is always made.
Yeah. My best political cartoons are on our merch.
How about a sippy cup coffee cup?
Yep.
We have a sippy cup neck gaiter. We do have JinxedSip coffee mugs. Gosh, we've got so much stuff.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
We've got coasters and hats and mugs and shirts and hoodies and
Mouse pads,
mouse pads, onesies,
backpack.
Oh, damn.
yard flags, backpacks, blankets,
No.
tote
You all got
bags,
a whole menu.
stickers.
Yeah, we got a whole merch store. It's quite nice, actually.
I'll
Neat.
drop it in the. I'll drop that in the purple pill and then throw it up in the Jumbotron so you can.
You're
you wanna
welcome.
Check it out.
You're welcome for plugging.
Well,
Yeah.
you want to check it out? There's some really good stuff in there.
There really is.
There's also a special shirt that was made for those of you that hang out in Southern Space. The Ohio Isn't Real shirt is also up in the merch store.
Yep.
So yeah.
Does Southern get a commission off of those shirts?
No.
Hey, I'll be.
made
Hopefully, nobody's gonna talk to me for a sec, or ask a question. I gotta go light my pilot light. There's no hot water, and everybody's bitching at me. So I'll be
Yeah.
back.
And I didn't want to talk to you anyway, so it's fine.
Make sure you air it out
Hey, I want
first.
to talk to you, but I just
Shots
I don't think
fired.
you guys are. I don't think you guys are interested in hot water heater.
Make sure you air it out
Yeah.
first. Don't blow yourself up.
Iron, you can just do what I do. Just leave it on mute. Go take your headphones off and go do it, and come back and act like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, that would require that I know where my headphones are, and right now I have a gutted base. The bottom floor of my house is totally gutted all the way to the studs right now. So, gotta love it. House renovations. But give me a sec. Let me light this water heater, and I'll be back.
Yep.
Yeah, Iron. How about that propane?
This one's definitely not propane. This one's natural gas.
Gonna be propane.
That was terrible truth. That's so bad.
That was really
don't do it again.
bad.
Don't do what again? Hank Hill?
Yeah, but he was really bad at it.
Damn it, Bobby, I am not bad at Hank Hill. I do a pretty damn good impression of Hank Hill. And if you think this isn't pretty good, then I don't know.
Yeah, when in
Iron,
doubt,
you do
blame
fine.
me.
Truth
Yeah,
is terrible.
yeah, we're talking about truth. Yeah.
Yeah, about good impressions.
Damn it, Truth. Just come up with your own impressions. Stop trying to be everybody else, all right?
Can you do Eric
Oh.
Cartman?
Actually, I can.
I'll stick to my own damn lane, all right? Hank Hill it is, that's all.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Nope.
Well,
You're bad at that one too.
Oh, it was that bad.
You're fired. You're fired.
Well,
That sound like Cartman, jerking off and talking at the same time.
yeah, it
Yeah, I
did.
was.
I don't even want to know how you know that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know it because sometimes it's like, just a minute, guys.
Yeah, Bob's is over here
Nope.
saying his house is littered with JinxedSip stuff. That's
Yeah,
true.
he has bought a lot of merch.
It's good merch though.
That's
Now,
other
it's
stuff's
it's
awesome.
actually really
It is.
good quality. It's super good quality.
It is. Speaking
I got a
of,
question
I
for,
ordered your hat. It'll show up sometime next week.
What hat? I don't know what you're talking about.
I told you I was buying you a JinxedSip hat for Christmas. It's just not going to be there in time.
Who was talking? Was that Vanilla? What's it?
Copy that, brother. I wanted to make sure you guys both had it like locked down. You got all of the stuff off of Epstein because a lot of this shit's getting deleted.
Oh, we had it downloaded the moment it went up.
Yeah, like I had it downloaded.
You guys got the missing
within-
files? I mean, I got it all downloaded too, but I am missing one.
I had it downloaded
We have
within
everything.
seconds. So, yeah, like within seconds
you,
of it
guys.
dropping, I
Yeah.
had it downloaded. I didn't
Now,
know
why
they
is
were
it
deleting
disappearing? What's that?
The deal, well, here, so they're not. Is this an open statement? Let me go to the DOJ's website. Let me see what the actual official narrative is on why some of it's been withdrawn now.
Like, what's the point? People on Jinx have already downloaded it.
Yeah, put the hold music on.
Well, so
What's
a
on the
lot of
internet is always stays on.
a lot of people are using that fucking stupid search bar that it has, right?
Yeah.
That shit don't work anyways. But
No, it does not.
either way it goes, a lot of people are doing that. So
Yeah.
justice, that good.
It worked when I typed in Leon Black, at least.
I'm not a robot.
Well, yeah, that's because that name actually shows up on the text.
Yeah.
Well, the Department of Justice website is conveniently down right now.
No, I'm on it right now.
How convenient.
I'm literally on it right now. Like,
Can you send me a direct link? Because I'm
It's just
like, what the hell is
justice-
going on?
justice.gov.
Oh, I'm on the part they took down. It
Oh,
says page not found. I got it. Let me go to the beginning.
so they actually took a whole part down.
Yes, it's no longer available.
Which part?
That's what he's trying to find out. Jinx.
I believe it's all of file 3. Everything that came in the third file is completely gone now.
That's literally what we
That's-
went through today.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one that we went through on the stream.
I'm gonna look.
There's a lot of pictures in there.
And we have them all.
Yeah, there's like, is it
I'm gonna look through it right now.
1,798?
Yeah, does anyone have a direct link that you could share in here to the material on the justice.gov site?
Oh no, like we
I'm not-
didn't do it from justice.gov. I downloaded it, like I said, within seconds of them dropping it. So I don't know where the fucking
Interesting. You said dataset 3 because dataset 3 goes to. How far does it go? No, it's all still there. because I think a lot of people are confused on how these numbers work. When a file is more than one page, like it goes from 3858 to 3862, but that's because 3858 is 4 pages long.
People are always fucking confused about something.
Well, I think it's purposefully confusing.
Wait, that was the whole thing people were freaking out about, was how the whole missing numbers when some of
There you
them
go.
were, 4 or 5 long.
There you go, Vanilla.
Yeah,
It's in your DM. Yeah, I mean, it's still there.
Because no one's shown any evidence that these files have actually been deleted, right? They're just going based off of the gap in the numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's because
then
these
they're
PDFs
idiots.
are longer. Yeah, these PDFs are longer than page basically.
And there was a picture of the desk with a bunch of photos on it, and a couple of them had Trump's pictures of Trump in there, but you had to really look for Trump.
Yeah, we saw that. We did. I covered that on the first stream.
Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with it, but that's what is missing.
Yeah, they focused on Trump's pictures in the drawers when there was a framed picture of Clinton on top of the desk.
Yeah.
They're too desperate to try to find anything on Trump.
There's also a framed picture of Bannon.
Brianna Morello.
That's the thing is the Democrats do not care about the victims in any way, shape, or form.
No.
They're not worried about accountability for anybody. They just want to Trump got him.
No, I think they want to see the victims, some of them at least.
Yeah, in ways you couldn't fucking imagine. No, Sippy and Jinx are right. The Democrats do not care about any of the children trafficked. They do not care about anything that has to do with safety, welfare, or wellness of the children. They do not give a shit. They only want to go after Orange Man. They are completely delusional. They have a mental illness. This is diagnosable. They need antipsychotics. They even we have many professionals coming forward and say, you know what? Even Rosie O'Donnell admitted that she went to her psychiatrist and said, I can't get Trump out of my head. And they said she went and documented publicly that she needs to stop tweeting about him, thinking about him, and reading his articles. She said she guaranteed she was going to take a 72-hour time off. Within 2 hours, she went back on and said she couldn't do it. She needs psychological help.
Vanilla. I just want to add on to that is it's not just Democrats. I found at least that so far the whole Epstein thing's been going on at least since the 80s, including, he met a former Republican president in 1982. So it's not just Democrats and all this, because the Republicans did care. They would have done something when Clinton was president. Because Epstein was coming to the White House 17 times. So honestly, it's both parties.
I think you're misunderstanding.
No, you're misapprehending my point. My point was the Democrats don't give a shit about the children. The Democrats argued over the last 4 years that no children were trafficked. I'm talking about the Democrats going forward and saying it's all about the kids. We care about the kids. I'm telling you, there's absolutely full of shit. Yes, I understand. There's plenty of people in these pictures that are from both sides of the aisle. What I'm telling you, that I believe you misapprehended my narrative. My narrative and point is the Democrats do not give a shit about the kids. They only care about bad Orange Man.
Yes, that I
To add to Vanilla saying that the Democrats don't care about anything but the Orange Man. Yeah, I remember when the last administration, when they were pushing transgender on kids and going through the surgeries, they didn't care about them. They didn't care that they were permanently hurting them. And all of a sudden, they absolutely care. They care about these victims out of the blue, just as long as they can prove that Donald Trump was the one taking pictures with them. That is it. So, and by the way, that whole we're going to transform your kids behind the parents' back is what converted, my family over from being Democrat to Republicans. So that's all I got to say about that.
And the only minor that Democrats are trying to bash Trump on that he was around was that one picture with the blacked out face redacted, even though that's his daughter Ivanka.
Yep.
It's literally his daughter,
I'll
and they're
post that in the
trying to
purple
turn
pill.
that against him.
Right. So the file with the picture of Trump, the two pictures of Trump in the desk, if it was deleted, it's not anymore. It's there. I've just found it on the DOJ website. So either someone.
No, I think just people are pushing that it was deleted.
Page.
I think people are just pushing that it's deleted and don't understand how the numbers are working.
I can tell you who put it out there.
It's listed as its own file. It's listed as its own file. It is there. It's file 468. It's on page 10 for dataset 1. So it is its own independent file. But the picture that's circulating of the file being missing, it's just a white screen with all the numbers. So easy to just edit that out.
It was Mario that put it out there, by the way, Jinx. And this is the second time Mario's put something out there that was completely, recently. I don't really follow him. The other day, he posted that Trump will be announcing that we're going to war with Venezuela on his address the nation. And then he also posted that picture and showed the file that was deleted, the numbers.
I mean, his coverage of the Epstein files has been extremely reckless. He has straight up referred to Bill Clinton as a pedophile. You cannot come to that conclusion just from the pictures that have been released.
100%.
Right? The pictures that we're getting are a fraction of the story, not even half the story. It is a fraction. And you cannot go by him swimming in a pool where they have redacted the face of one person in the pool and automatically go, oh, he's a fucking pedophile. Can't do that. There's nothing in any of these pictures that say that he did anything wrong.
It would make us no different than the Democrats. Sorry, Jinx, I always cut you off when I think I have a moment. But it makes us no different than the Democrats. When the Democrats do it, then all of a sudden, that photo with Clinton in the hot tub and they're blacking out a female, you have no idea who that is, where it's at. There's no contents with the picture. You can't run with that and say Clinton's a pedophile.
They're specifically not putting out pictures of CSAM, right? They're specifically not putting them out. I've scrolled through the first all of 1, all of 2, all of 3, and I'm got about 1,000 pages left in 4, and I've been adding up how many thumbnails of CSAM they say that were not scanned. I'm at 631.
Can you explain that, what CSAM is?
CSAM is,
child sexual abuse material.
Yeah, actual
so that'd be the child pornography.
Yeah, minor porn, minor sex acts, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one document and 630 images.
So it might not be the minor actually nude or anything, but like giving a blowjob, So that's still CSAM, obviously.
And to be honest with you, I don't want to see that shit.
No, nobody wants to see that shit.
I mean, we have to run on the assumption that all pictures, even if they have redactions on them, we have to run on the assumption that they are of legal age. We cannot guarantee that they're of legal age, but we can't say that they are or aren't. It's just conjecture at this point, right? Because I know we did our stream on it and we're like, yeah, that definitely looks like an underage girl. That definitely looks like an underage girl. Do we know for sure? No.
No, but it sure does look like
it. It does. It really does. But, there are plenty of women that are slender, flat-chested. It happens, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the only one that I guarantee jinxed is the ones. Remember those initial video links that we got of Hunter? Dude, you cannot tell me that little girl was over the age of 8, maybe 7 or 6. But all I got to say is that laptop was real when all of the left was calling it false, and it was absolutely atrocious.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of pictures that we went through today that are redacted because girls are topless. If they were underage, that would have been under the CSAM.
Yeah.
And they were not.
We were
the whole
assuming
thing
they
would
were
be
not.
blacked out.
No, it would
they wouldn't have scanned
been
it.
scanned.
They wouldn't
even,
yeah.
Because they have dividers in there that say not scanned, CSAM, and then it gives you the number of images or whatever.
Yeah.
So
even like the topless, so there could be plenty of pictures in there of underage girls in a non-sexual way, right? So that's
Makes
what you
sense
have
to
to
me.
consider. So if it's just a girl in jeans and a t-shirt and her face is covered, she could still be a minor. But there's nothing sexual about a picture of a girl in jeans and a t-shirt. So it would not fall under the CSAM.
I've been seeing a lot of people manipulating the pictures with AI. I mean, well, I guess we kind of expect that to happen, but they're posting it out there like it's breaking news, and it irritates me so bad. It really does.
Well, yeah, that's because they're upset because, Trump is not implicated because these Epstein files turned into the Clinton files very quickly.
I saw one with, I think it was with Clinton. I shared it. I DM'd it to Sippy, but obviously it was bullshit. I know it's bullshit.
you DM me something.
There's
or did I answer
a lot of the AIs actually have hidden watermarks that you can find. So you just have to know how to find them.
And I also like how everybody's talking about Steve Bannon like it's breaking news when you guys are the ones that were talking about it a month ago.
Yeah.
I think that's bullshit.
Yep. I've been posting the expose and their replies.
And then we've got, Bannon getting platformed at Amfest.
That was that was very strange. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I thought of that. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like there's something wrong. Maybe it's controversial, but I in my gut, I feel like there's something wrong with TP USA. I don't know what you guys feel, but I just feel like they're making more money than they are spreading the message.
Yep. It's a good way to put it.
It's also hard when the person that was spreading your message is no longer here to spread the message. And those are some shoes that are pretty much impossible to fill.
True.
Yeah, but they're making a lot of money right now. I mean, all of them are making a lot of money.
Roof.
Yeah.
That's my dog telling me to feed him.
Yeah, I had to bark back though. You got to show that dominance. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a shit show. But yeah, we have done 2 streams on the Epstein files, and we've made it quite a good. We've made quite a good chunk.
Dent.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah, made quite a big dent.
And they haven't released anything else, right?
Nope.
Not yet. Not that I know of.
And I think we were one of the first ones to get 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you told me it dropped, I fucking downloaded them and converted them, and we were on that shit.
Yeah, because it seemed like everyone thought they were done with datasets 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there was a surprise late night drop of 5, 6, 7.
And Jinx told me while I was in Southern Space, and I literally stood up, went to my computer, and downloaded them. Then converted them and everything. Yeah.
What other businesses did Epstein conduct? I understand he was a billionaire and he had a lot of or secret. I shouldn't call them dark. Secret assets. What ventures did he? What did he own? What was his business?
Yeah, that's still
Understanding
don't know.
blackmail, allegedly.
He was an investor.
Yeah, well, no, an investor doesn't like. I don't know how he made his billions. If that's what you're asking, no idea.
Didn't he start out as a teacher?
Yeah, he was.
We're supposed to say blackmail.
Taxi cab. He was a taxi cab driver.
He was a history
before.
teacher, and he was a taxi cab driver. Yeah, and that's it. I don't know how he became a billionaire.
Probably through Donald Barr, because that's how he even got. That's how he became a teacher in the first place.
But
So
how to
Donald
become
Barr
a
connections.
billionaire? It's like,
Well, I just don't understand how you go from a teacher to a billionaire.
I don't either.
Yeah, and if someone could figure that out and let me know, that'd be great. Because I would love to go from being a teacher to a billionaire.
Yeah, not that kind of billionaire though.
No.
You don't want to go that route, Jinx.
Well, we don't know. He obviously had to have some legit businesses, or you don't make billions just blackmailing people.
Well, evidently he did know powerful people like the Rothschilds
And Gates.
and the Siberian Mafia and the CIA. Somewhere on that.
I'm reading. So insider trading, massive amounts of insider trading. See, that at least gives me a framework to understand.
Does it literally say insider trading?
Yeah, that huge Ponzi scheme to his colleague Stephen Hoffenberg in the 1990s. I do not have a year. It says 90s. Oh, yeah, he pled guilty in 1995 to fraud. The Ponzi scheme was with his friend Stephen Hoffenberg. They got hundreds of millions of dollars out of basically targeted people. He structured the deal. He met with all of these people, but he was never formally charged.
Interesting.
This is Forbes, CBS News, and Fox News. It goes back on all this. Forbes has the biggest article on this. Him being the financier. I'm sorry, the money man that defrauded the others through the Ponzi scheme ran by Stephen Hoffenberg.
Makes sense.
And 3 years later, he rebranded himself and came up with Epstein and Company, later Financial Trust Company. He was the exclusive money manager for only billionaires. He turned away anyone with less than 1 billion. He had met Les Wexner, founded L Brands, Victoria's Secret, the parent company of Victoria's Secret, and he started, $200 million in fees.
He referred to Les Wexner as his best friend, by the way, according to a victim statement. They got all of his Victoria's Secret to give to his victims.
Isn't that fucking terrible, Jinxed?
Gross.
$1.5 billion in suspicious transactions that JP Morgan and the Dutch bank ruled as suspicious transactions likely to sex trafficking, large cash withdrawals, loans, 290 million and 75 million in settlements.
Disgusting that he's that rich, didn't even put any hard work in.
Yeah, I'm still missing the link from teacher to billionaire. I mean, what? Obviously, this guy was a fixer. He was really good at what he did, and it's just
Yeah, there's definitely some different dots that need to be connected still.
Some shady deals happened, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm wondering how long it's going to take him to release the next set.
It's supposed to be within the next few days and weeks, is how it's put, but it all sounds like bullshit.
Essentially, they're going to release them as they're ready, I guess.
It'll be redacted again, just watch.
Are you guys reading all those documents?
Really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't gotten to much of the reading yet. We've only read a couple notes taken on witness statements. Yeah. But the real reading is in like 6 and 7. We haven't gotten that far yet.
That'll be our next stream.
6, 7.
We still have to go through 4.
Can you kick Truth?
No.
I mean, I might. I'm really tempted. If he says 6, 7 again, I probably will. Or at least take away his ability to speak.
Yeah.
Why?
Hey, Truth, what comes after 5?
Shut the fuck up.
Truth. I'm a fucking teacher. I gotta listen to kids do that all fucking day long, and I don't want to hear it in here.
All right.
Truth, you're gonna get your ass fucking kicked, bro.
Oh man.
I don't even know why that was even a thing, man. It's just I learned it from South Park, by the way, which I couldn't finish watching the latest seasons. Just a little too much, but yeah, 6, 7. Who knows? I have no idea what it means or why it was started, but it went viral.
It literally means nothing.
Unless you ask Southern.
Literally means nothing.
Says it. She says it means
someone said something about like the devil or something.
Yeah, that's
started in a song.
The rapper is a part of a quote unquote religion that is satanic, and 6, 7 means something in that religion, is what Southern says. So that's where that came.
It started out in a rap song, and then it went to making YouTube shorts about LaMelo Ball because he's 6'7", and then it literally just turned into absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but the you can look it up. It's pretty easy to look up the satanic influence in the rapper and what it would mean to him and his religion, right?
I haven't looked into it that far because ultimately I don't care.
It's basically like they drain people's shit to, it's basically like worshiping that god or whatever the fuck it is. Anyways.
But it's stupid and I don't want to hear it.
That too.
All right, I'm done. I'll stop.
Thank you. Because I will beat your ass.
I guess there's the third oil tanker that was. Well, actually, last time I checked, they were pursuing it. I don't know if they captured it.
Oh, I'm sure they captured it if they were pursuing it. Oil tankers aren't
they
exactly
were pursuing
fast.
it like 10 hours ago.
Yeah.
They definitely have it.
Oil tankers aren't exactly fast, like,
it's funny to see one try to run away like that.
Hi guys, thanks for the mic. I wandered into this space because for some reason I'm following Sippy Cup, but thanks for having me. Hello.
For some reason.
Hello.
I don't know.
I also question anyone that chooses to follow Sippy.
Yeah.
I do drop beats and bars sometimes, by the way.
Thank you. Just randomly?
Like a form of Tourette's?
No, like beautifully.
Okay. Tourette's can be beautiful. It's just random, out of nowhere.
Why are you guys poking? I'm just saying hellos.
We poke at everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
No, it's all good. So what do you guys want to talk about? What's going on?
We were just talking about how they were chasing down the oil tankers. I think that was the conversation that was happening. I don't know much about it, though.
It's open mic night. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
Yep.
It is open mic night. It's literally anything goes pretty much within reason.
Ooh, can I throw something out?
What you got? Better be good.
All right, so I've got a video of MIA. Remember the chick that did Paper Planes? I fly like da 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 planes, fly da 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 da.
Yeah.
You know the song?
I remember it.
All I want to do is boom, 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 and take your money.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to post it in the Purple Pill, but she straight up came out and said the people that she tried to work for, that she worked for, wanted her to do some like satanic stuff and like get plastic surgery and like totally called out like people in the industry. Total satanic cabal going on in Hollywood in the music industry. What do you guys think?
Let us see. I kind of want to play how long is that video?
I'm going to find it right now and post it in the Purple Pill.
All right. Let me know when it's there, and we'll just play it through my microphone for everybody to hear. But yeah, look up Old Tinker. See if they got one.
Iron dropped down to listener.
Oh.
Can't ask him any questions now.
He probably disconnected and reconnected to his Wi-Fi.
All right, here it is. I just posted it.
Okay. Hopefully I can see that without having I have to close this thing.
My friend Natalie Zion posted it, and this girl has all the receipts about all the things. So it's the only thing I posted. Electric Fizzy Blossom. That's me.
Why did somebody put in the Purple Pill eat a pussy? It's fucking strange. Is it not strange?
Someone eat pussy.
Oh, is that right?
You said you were going to play it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. There
Probably
it is.
because I didn't give them a microphone, considering they have 5 followers.
Oh, so see, I am gonna play it. It's just so we actually stream our spaces on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, and all that, and then I actually had the space popped out, so I had to unpop it out.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, give me a sec. We'll be there in just a sec. I just gotta get the stream back situated. Let's see.
All I wanna do is zoom, zoom, boom, 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 and take your money.
I think I'm on the right. Oh wait.
And her father was like, he was in like the Tigers or something.
I met Jay-Z and I signed to Rock Nation. The first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery. I'm not insecure because I would have got plastic surgery. People make it, they all can turn around and thank Beyonce because that's it. And enough is enough. I'm fucking coming for everyone now. And even Adele, because she's retired now, but her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager. And bitch, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. So I didn't want to drip myself in blood and cover myself and swim in goop, in black goop, and fucking like wear devil horns to fucking sell a record. Fuck that. Or be a witch, all be that, all of that. Fuck all of them. I met Jay-Z.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that girl came from money. She didn't have to do anything.
She sounds highly articulate and well spoken. Clearly, she went to excellent schools.
She's an artist. She's an artist. She went to the best schools. She's also an artist that sold paintings for like, I don't know how much, but a lot of money. And her father was part of this, I guess it would be like the equivalent of like the Black Panthers or whatever. Like her father was in jail like a long time. And then she was shipped off to school in London or whatever.
Yeah.
She's very bright.
Either way, yeah. That's interesting. I mean, I've heard a lot of those claims coming out of Hollywood, yeah. A lot. And hell, like, if you look at, what was it? Alex Jones, wasn't it? When he went to the Bohemian Grove. Have y'all seen that video? That shit's fucking creepy, man.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I saw that.
That shit's creepy.
Oh, there's another one I can send. I'm getting all this from Natalie because we had this long conversation last night or yesterday. Natalie's got all the receipts. I'll send you another one. It's a Kanye West concert. I'm sending it now. And it's like a freaking... Oh, let me send it this way. It's a satanic ritual, y'all. Like, dude lost the plot, bro. All right, just sent that. Yeah, and also the what's her name? Kris Jenner, like the mother of all the Kardashians. She pimped out her daughters.
Yeah, I don't follow Hollywood really at all. I don't really have any interest.
It's just like my point is that Hollywood is like the Kardashians, the mom, she has a church. It's like the Church of California. In order to be a member, I think you have to pay like thousands of dollars a month.
Nothing new.
It's wild, man.
Electric, do you live here in
Do I live where?
SoCal?
Well, if you look at my profile, you'll see I'm Washington, D.C., like right outside of it, on the Virginia side. I'm 7 minutes away from D.C., born and raised from this area. The most important place in the world.
Over there by
Well, you just keep over there and you keep doing God's work.
I'm not doing God's work yet, but I'll tell you what, if something hits, like I want to be as close to the spot as possible.
Well, maybe.
You're hitting a ball.
That might be where it was hit. You know, that might be the target.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to be anywhere near there.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't want to be out in the fields. I just want to get hit direct.
There you go.
Hi, Meaty. What's up, girl?
Yeah, so I'm watching the Kanye one, but it doesn't have any it probably has audio. It has audio, but like I think it's probably just gonna be somebody narrating.
What are those things on the stage? They look like body parts.
They do look like body parts. And we can put that up in the jump.
So Meaty Fleshbag is my buddy, and she's the only person that I've ever hung out with in real life that I met through the twatters. And she came over and we had like a girls' night. We had so much fun. And like we watched movies and got silly, and she's an awesome chick. And she's an amazing writer too, by the way. Just saying.
Trying
Sorry to call you out, meaty. Sorry, not sorry.
Is she a public artist or a private artist?
I mean, I'll let her tell you. I don't tell her story. Give her a mic so she can tell you.
I was supposed to say she's down there.
Please don't.
She has a lock on her account.
No, but she's actually a real person. She does that for protection because she's a smart girl. Like, she's not a bot. She's a real person. She's giving out weird emojis. She's like, shut up. Stop talking about me. All right, I'll stop.
Go for it, Jinx. I want to hear what she has to say. That'll be fun.
Sure.
Look at the weird emojis.
Is that a spider?
You're a spider.
I'm having a cigarette on the balcony.
I was about to say, who's got the fucking sirens?
Sirens,
Yeah.
that's me. I'm having a cigarette
Buzz,
on the balcony.
Cheez-It.
Yeah, there you go.
But I live by a freeway, so it's not me. I didn't do it.
That's what they all say.
It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
You know? Somebody's having a bad day. I'm glad it's not me.
Did y'all bring her up?
I sent her a microphone twice.
Oh.
Could be a bot.
I'm telling you right now, she's not a bot, but she's also shy, and I also called her out, like, so hard.
We're not going to force anyone to come up if they don't want to come up.
Yeah.
Unless
But
Gracie shows up, and then we'll force her to come up.
I'm just saying, Meaty is a shizzle. I love this girl. She's not a bot for sure.
I am also not a bot. Beep boop.
Yeah.
Sure.
Beep boop bop.
I'm not quite. I've met Jinx in real life.
Please enter mother's maiden name.
Yeah. I've met Jinx in real life, and I'm still not sure she's not a bot. I'm just saying.
She's a blue-haired bot.
Yep, blue-haired bot.
Don't hate on my blue hair.
Last four of social, please.
Don't worry, at our next space, my hair will be re-dyed. Yay.
What's up, Meaty?
She come out? Oh, she
I'm just here to listen. Don't be talking about me.
I knew you were getting irritated.
I just sometimes like to fly under the radar, and you're like, all right, everybody, Meaty's here.
I know. I'm just so tickled to see you. That's all. Hi.
Hi.
All right, I'll stop.
Hi, everybody else. Thank you for giving me a mic for no reason. I don't want it, actually.
You can step yourself back down to listener anytime you want. Like I said, no one's going to be forced to.
Bye, everybody.
All right.
Love you, Meaty. Bye, sweetheart.
Love you too. Bye.
What's up, champ?
Hey guys, I had a question for Sippy. Did you get your album yesterday?
Well, I mean, I went and checked my mail yesterday. I don't know if I got it yesterday, but yeah, I picked it up at the mail yesterday.
Yeah, because I was being all salty to Steve, and I was at my aunt's house yesterday or last night actually, but I was like, "Where's my album, Steve?" Or actually, I said Steven. Make the point.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's like, "Check with me, bro," and all this, and so. But I stayed at my aunt and uncle's house last night. I got home this morning and I checked my mail. The album's in there. And I was like, "Holy shit, dude! It came yesterday, man." And I was all salty yesterday. So I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
And so I made my post and thanking Steve and Tom. So I mean, that's so fucking awesome, man. I'm so happy.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So like anyway, I just that's all I had really. And I I think, well, Vanilla and I were on your space. I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago about the Brown University when you're broadcasting the.
Yeah. That was Vanilla space, but yeah.
Well, was that 2 weeks ago?
No, it was a week ago, right?
Was that 2 weeks or 1 week?
It was
just 1 week.
It was a week ago. It was the 13th.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were on a different space talking about that whole situation and how they finally captured the guy, or they found him dead, I guess. And I still have questions about that shit, man. I just think it's totally suspicious. And Vanilla brought up the point about the girl that was killed. You know, she took all the shots and basically, 8 shots to the face, Vanilla?
No, it was 8 centered shots that came from Jinxed. And also another source that's being, it's atrocious, man. And her, as we know, per leaks in the family, the thing is closed casket, her funeral. We're starting to learn a lot more about her through friends of her. But everything with the university, they're like shutting everything down for any information. They're just hiding everything, brother.
They're like threatening students and shit, aren't they?
Yeah.
To like stay quiet. Yeah.
I think I still think the whole thing is suspicious, especially about this. They said they claim that John, who's the apparently the homeless guy that was living in their basement. He's the number one tipster, and still we don't know who he is. We haven't seen his face. We don't know anything about him. Apparently, he posted this Reddit post, which tipped off the FBI, I guess. But still, who's John? I'm asking. Like, who's this guy, John, that was living in the basement at Brown University? And it's like, he's like a mystery to me. And I just find it the whole thing completely fucking strange.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
Propaganda.
I'm just asking the questions here. I'm like, who's John, man? Why doesn't he come forward, show his face? I was on this other, I think Vanilla was on there too. I was asking the same question, and I'm not gonna say who she was, but yeah, it's part of a big world conspiracy. It might be true. Big conspiracy. It's a whole cover up, and it's really fucking deeply involved. And they got fake reporters and everything. And they're paid by the deep state and shit like that, but I still have questions about it, man. That's the whole fucking thing. It's just going to be forgotten about. So I just want to bring that up, man.
Yeah, well, I find it interesting that the shooter supposedly killed himself on Tuesday the 16th. But somehow he called the rental car company on the 18th.
Our government is lying to us, and Pam Bondi is a shill. Cash Patel is a shill. And I'm so happy that Dan Bongino is leaving, but it's also a very bad sign about like the state of America, like the deep state and what's going on. And I hope to God he starts a podcast again.
Yeah, I'm not dismissing. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not dismissing those theories about the deep state covering it up. And but it's like plain as day. Like, if you're a person like me, I just have questions about, like, okay, you guys saw this homeless guy named John. Now, where's John? And how come you don't show his face?
Right.
And how was he living in the basement for so long without anybody noticing? And yeah, I mean, it's just like the whole story just seems fucking out of place to me.
Fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Propaganda.
Well,
it's propaganda.
Also, to be fair, Bongino, you can only say so much on podcasts.
Well,
NDAs.
I do want to say one thing about what you just said, Sippy. So, and I'll be quiet just real quick.
Truth, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, sorry, True. Sorry. All right. So every reporter that's talking about these recent like assassinations where they come out and shoot people, they come out and they say someone shouted something. But the reporters, every single reporter that doesn't come out and say that the person shouted Allah Akbar, they're garbage reporters bought out by the propagandized media. We've got like 6 companies, right? 6 companies in the United States, and they're all lying to the public. Makes me so mad.
Well, the only thing I thought interesting with the whole thing is Barack Obama was following the shitter.
He's the one that allowed it. He's the one that passed it into law to where you can lie to.
Well, no, he was literally following the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Like on social media.
And Obama didn't do anything about the lying to people. That was Chuck Schumer in the 90s.
He passed a bill.
If you're going to talk
well, he let it sunset.
He continued a bill that said like I don't know what the actual bill is that was passed into law. Like I don't know the exact thing, but basically the government is allowed to lie to the public.
I don't think so.
It was an amendment to the Smith-Lunt Act done by Chuck Schumer in the 90s.
Thank you. Thank you very much for backing that up. It's a real thing.
So the latest that we have for this John guy is that the feds have they're taking care of him. They put him up in a hotel and stuff like. Got him off the streets.
Well, that's good.
I want to know where Mayorkas is. Where's Mayorkas?
Not working for the government anymore. If you didn't know.
Obviously, but like his name never comes up. Like, where the hell is he? It's like almost 500,000 missing children.
He's probably really busy with his lawyer at the moment. You know, I mean, a lot of this stuff goes on behind the scenes. That's one of the reasons Dan Bongino's coming back, because there's a lot. He can do more out here than he can do in there, if that makes sense.
He was silenced. Yep.
Everybody's like, oh, the FBI is not doing anything. The FBI is not doing anything. By law, there's only certain things they can even publicly admit. You know, I mean, I hate to be the guy that down on a conspiracy, because I actually am a big conspiracy guy myself.
Well, you know
but he's
what
also
they do.
looking.
You know what they do though? They think they're going to go in and they're going to like save the world, but then the Secret Service comes in, and this is what they do. They sit in a room and they bring out this whole file.
There's not some secret. There's not some secret, you know.
Let me finish my point, though. Let me finish.
Ma'am, you're interrupting Jake. Let Jake finish his story.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So here's the thing.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
The FBI is restrained from commenting on ongoing investigations. Everybody's like, well, why isn't Bongino saying anything? Jesus, you know, by law, they can't do certain things, right? There's legal precedent. Like when it comes to even some of these redactions, you know, everybody, you know, some of them, you know, we need to question, of course, just get clarification on them, right? By law, there's certain things that have to be redacted anyway. So, you know, redactions are going to be used to bolster, you know, grifters on one side or the other. They're going to be used, the FBI is not saying they're investigating Brennan, or they're not investigating this guy, that guy, or the other guy. They can't say that. Why do you think these guys are suddenly quiet? Because they're talking to their lawyers and things are going on that
Jake,
if somebody comes out on TV.
Let him talk.
Well, no, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have a point to make to this. Like, I'm agreeing with you to add on to it. I think everything you said is completely correct. But the thing that I was saying earlier is that you think you get a position and you're going to like do good, but then they come in and they've got a whole file on you, like everything you've ever done wrong. And they tell you, you're going to do exactly what we say, or we're going to ruin your life and your family's life. That's what they do.
Yeah, maybe back under Biden, not anymore.
Oh, it's still the case.
Shit. Have you seen the amount of people that have been fired by the Trump administration? I know people don't like to, if you really look at the numbers, they've gotten a lot of people gone.
Thank God.
So a lot of those deep staters are gone. So there's none of this, they come in with a secret file and, we're going to hide your children and auction your wife off in a Abu Dhabi, slave market.
There's still a lot of people left, though. There's still a lot of people in there.
I agree that there are shady ass people, but we're actually getting rid of a lot of them. Trump has made it very easy to fire federal employees. To the people who hate the veterans and the people of the United States, I can personally testify that a lot of those individuals are being dealt with and are being removed from the very agencies that are supposed to protect people.
Yeah, like the fat lesbian FBI agents that were photographed like kneeling for BLM, and they got canceled. They got fired. The DEI, FBI, like fat bitches who couldn't do anything.
So the point is that those threats to people trying to do the right thing are being removed, right? So Bongino coming out, that is a win, because obviously, he went from making what was it, 30 million a year? We talked about this.
Wow.
To a government salary.
Damn.
Right. So he was hurting, his family was hurting, just like everybody's like, well, why are they getting state protection all of a sudden? Well, shit, they used to be able to afford security. Now they can't, because when you work for the government, you can't have your private shit work for you.
Do you remember that podcast?
Everybody forgets all this stuff.
Do you remember that podcast he did where he said, I watched him religiously every day. And he said, I love my life. Like, I love how it is now. I don't want to get back into the government. But if my president calls me and asks me, I will do my due diligence and I will serve my president. You remember that?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
So he did it.
And he did that.
And now he's done. Get him out of there.
No, he didn't. He wanted to go home and see his family on the weekends. What he doesn't realize is when you work for an agency that was literally a corruption ticket under Biden, working for the syndicate of Biden and all of the corruption, all of those people have to be dealt with. You don't get to go home and spend time with your family for 4 years. And, he realized that.
You think that's why?
It's a big commitment.
You really think that's why he's backing out?
There's more than one reason.
I would state it's more than one reason, but I could tell you his devotion to his family and his devotion to his country. I'm not saying one was more important than the other. I'm just saying he's a family man used to making millions, has a private team, has people who do a lot of work for him. All of that went away, and he had to do things by regulations, by code, and he never got to leave. So it's taking away from him.
Well, I really hope he comes out and just says fuck the gag order and just starts talking. I really do.
I would love that.
That would be so amazing.
One of the nice things about him, and I remember when he first came out, I was listening during 2016 because I was driving over the road. Remember, he was the Secret Service agent that witnessed Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton in the White House together and how horrible she was. Right. So he's really good at being able to know what he can and can't talk about. He served under 2 presidencies,
I think. It was 2 presidencies.
Electric, would you please quit interrupting Jake, for fuck's sake?
I was adding on to it.
But yes, obviously, if he worked under the Clinton administration, obviously he worked under at least one or more president. And I remember him coming out at that point in time, and that's how he got started. So he knows what he can say and what he can get away with. So I'm not too worried about a gag order because Bongino's smart. He knows what he can get away with saying. And so I think we'll learn enough. And I trust the guy. You know, he gave up a year of his life with his family, with them being under threat, you know, for us to serve in the most corrupt law enforcement agency on the face of the earth.
God bless him.
Thanks to the left that has controlled it since it took out Kennedy in the 1960s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that they've been able to get this done and survive this long means that we are actually winning, you know? So I think next year is going to be huge. I think that we're going to see a giant change in this country. And the left is going to be painfully unprepared to deal with it. And that's when I think they're going to go absolutely apeshit. And we might see more people like that Portuguese retard.
I completely agree with you. And I think there's already because our borders were open for so long, and I've watched a lot of documentaries about it and listened to podcasts. And so there's two different kinds of there's a bunch of different kinds of illegal aliens that came into our country. Some are from the cartel, but also the Chinese came in, and going through the Darien Gap, it was a totally different way they did it. The Chinese had money and they were able to get through much more quickly than South Americans, and then also lots of other countries.
Well, everybody's got to have their buffet, you know.
Yeah. So, what else we got to talk about?
Yeah, what do we got? What's going on?
Well, as long as I'm allowed to talk, damn.
Let's just don't try not to cut off other people. Basically, you know. Even though I know Jake talks a lot.
He does.
I kind of
never shuts up.
I do.
I kind of wanted to. I kind of wanted to talk
Don't
about.
start shit with Jake. You won't win.
True. Shut up.
I followed you, Jake. I love
Champ's trying to
say.
Sorry, I muted the space for a minute. I'm going to unmute. It's Champ's turn to talk. Thank you.
I loved everything you said, Jake.
Champ, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you. I was going to say, I just wanted to talk about Amfest and what your guys' take of it is or was, and, you know, and things like that, because, I'm a little bittersweet about it. I'm happy for Steve and, all our friends that got to go and stuff, and seeing all the great pictures with, a lot of our friends there. And, at the same token, I'm a little disappointed of people that got up to speak that weren't well, I'm just saying in general, I don't want to get in the gossip side of, who and what, but, to me, that should have been about Charlie Kirk and his legacy. This is the first one without Charlie. And, it should have been more uplifting to, I know it has. And, there were a lot of great things that happened there, but, a lot of sour things as well. But, so it's a double-edged kind of sword for me. I'm so happy for our friends that got to go that we talk to every day. And, but it was kind of soured down by, a few things. But, anyway, as far as Charlie goes, I wish someone would have came out with a great speech. Maybe I didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe someone did. I didn't catch all the speeches, but something like, Charlie's legacy, they took the man, but they didn't take his spirit, his fire's burning brighter than ever, or something like that, just something uplifting, something like that. And like I say, I didn't watch the whole thing, but that message, I think it needed to be conveyed more than the drama between the Candace Owens and the Tucker Carlsons and, all these other people that I don't believe should have gotten on stage, in my opinion. But that's kind of my take, guys. I please give me your thoughts.
Well,
I think that'll. Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead.
Oh, are you sure? You're the host.
I'm sure.
Okay, yeah, I've mentioned it earlier. I mentioned it earlier that I feel like there's something wrong with the whole thing. Like, I got that gut feeling. Usually, I like to listen to my gut, but there's something wrong with TPUSA, and especially when they brought up Steve Bannon, when he's known to be associated with a pedophile up to an hour before that guy was arrested and was making sex jokes with the guy.
Specifically hours. Yeah. It was like 2 hours, I think. It wasn't.
Okay, well, 2 hours.
Yeah,
I think it's irrelevant. It could have been a day before.
Yeah.
But
he was in contact with him
I think there's something wrong with it, right?
Well, yeah, but does the leadership of Turning Point USA know this for an absolute fact, and have they been able to react to it before AmFest started? Something that big.
I put out an expose like a month ago on it, but there's we did, not I, but I posted it from my account. How about that? So we put out an expose on Bannon, right, a month ago, and then it came out with the pictures to prove what we came out with a month ago. And I don't think anybody from Turning Point did see that. They might have. I don't fucking know. But I do know some people that went there that were aware of that. So
yeah.
Well, no, Jinx, you first.
That's unfortunate. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying, yeah, I was agreeing with what Sippy said.
TPUSA's got millions of dollars that Sippy don't. They got a lot of advisors. They got a lot of everything. And if Sippy was able to find out the phone, because there's text messages that he found a month ago, they should have known. My opinion. And I just feel like they're making money off of Charlie's name. That's what I feel. And I didn't even watch it.
Well, here's the thing, right? So everybody's saying, well, this should honor Charlie. Charlie always had the idea, the crazy idea, actually. It's actually quite psychotic if you think about it, of letting everybody speak, right? So even people he didn't always agree with, he would allow to speak. And so everybody's like, oh, well, I agree about the Bannon thing. And so my thing is, they've got millions of dollars. They've got all these people. They've got, the bigger they are, the longer it takes for the decision makers to get actual information. Right.
Easier
with Sippy and Jinxed. Exactly. Because something big that they need to know, Sippy and Jinx can find it in 20 minutes and decide and, cut that thing out. Right. But Turning Point is massive. So by the time they realize, they're going to be forced to either make an apology or, pretend it didn't happen, once they actually get it, But Charlie Kirk would have allowed all these retards to speak. Bannon, probably not if you knew about the Epstein thing, right? I mean, come on, we give the guy some real credit. But he would have allowed all these retards to speak and for them to be able to disagree, say things that aren't necessarily what everybody agrees with. But that's why we're not the left. That's why we actually have the tournament of ideas. And it was kind of nice watching Ben Shapiro call Candace Owens out. I mean, he did fire her. So, that was kind of funny. But other than that,
yeah,
there's been a lot of good moments.
So you had, Bannon was speaking, but they uninvited people. Way less controversial, right? than a guy that hung out with pedos. It was kind of strange. They uninvited a lot more people. I just don't know them by name right now.
I just want to say we're still missing Charlie.
No,
we're definitely missing Charlie.
We're missing them.
I think a lot of the speeches were divisive.
Mm-hmm.
When
Tucker.
This whole event should have been about unity and pulling us together. That is a big issue on the conservative side of things. Is we don't have the unity that the left does. And
it's because
a very good chance of biting us in the ass.
It's because we're all fucking individualists, right? Everybody wants to be a damn leader. And it's like everybody can't be the fucking leader, dude. Because it wasn't just
not
Tucker.
enough Indians.
It wasn't just Tucker saying divisive things. It was Tucker. It was Shapiro. It was fucking Bannon. All of them said divisive shit. Now, granted, I mean, Candace is off her rocker, but I think she's trying to tear down TPUSA if I had to guess. But yeah, I mean, basically every one of the big keynote speakers fucking said something bad about one of the other big keynote speakers. Like, it was fucking like, what the hell, man?
Hey, KJ.
I just want to make one last. I just want to make one last point on that. If none of those names were mentioned, that would speak volumes about unity. And if it was just solely focused on unity, like Jinx said, it was spoke volumes, and no one would even give a rat's ass about this divisive shit that was spoken, not spoken, whatever. That's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah, most people, I think, will ignore the retardation that came from the dividers, and they'll focus more on that, like the lady that worked at Target getting to come on stage, Nicki Minaj, which I did not have my bingo card, coming out and being a champion for the based side, which is still not super shocking, but amazing to watch.
Well,
and I think there's going to be a lot more positive coming out of it.
Well, so if you actually paid attention to Nicki Minaj, I've been following her for like a year now. Because you could tell she wanted to come out on the base side of things, but she didn't have the support. So I've actually been following her for quite a while. But if you paid attention to her, she was always kind of on our side.
Well, remember when she came out during the COVID era and she was complaining about how, like, something about the shot made her cousin's balls swell up, and she was like anti-COVID vax.
Yep,
I remember that. And
that's when I
kind of
watched
her.
That's what when I saw that video, I was like, I'm following her. Like, yep. Not when she put it out, because I didn't see it when she put it out, but I saw it. I was like, yep.
Yeah, I heard about it on I don't remember who I was listening to. I think it was Steven Crowder at the time, back in 20 or 21 during the COVID scam.
The pandemic.
The COVID scam.
Pandemic. That is the first time I've ever heard of that.
Jinx, did you see the amount of money that Gavin Newsom has fucked us out of? The billions, the state auditor. Did you see the reports?
It was like 38 billion, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're in the multi-billions. We're way over 40 billion.
Way over Minnesota.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Insane.
But Minnesota is getting their asses kicked right now. How much you want to bet that the governor's office is going to be raided here within a month or two?
I really hope so.
Pretty likely, actually.
We're talking about Tim Walz with $9 billion or $9 billion of fraud.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't see any money tied to him, but I do see them raiding his office because he allowed a lot of this, and a lot of these people were contributing to his campaign.
He's the governor. He's in charge of all that stuff. The buck stops with him.
It was Somalians, right?
Yep.
I heard about that.
Yep. And with Scott Bessent, the Secretary of Treasury, actually doing his job. I mean, the Secretary of Treasury for decades has done what? They sit there and sign dollar bills and just, push buttons. This dude's actually doing his job. He's following the money. How much money do you think Omar made out of this? How much money do you think
30 million? Her net worth is now 30 million.
Yeah, isn't that what was her net worth before?
65,000.
Yep.
That's a huge jump. Huge.
So we've got the Secretary of the Treasury investigating the fraud there, and it's only just going to start there. It's just going to keep going. I mean, you think he's done there? I mean, California. Look at Washington State. We know it's bad there. Look at Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Colorado. Look at New Mexico. Look at the fraud in Texas, because you know it exists in the blue parts of the state. Look at just Illinois has got to be god awful with the money that state alone has done through Chicago into the what are they, illegals, etc. So I mean, the numbers are staggering. We're just now starting. It's insane.
Did you guys see Chad Bianco's post?
Which one?
No, which one?
Chad Bianco. He's the sheriff in Riverside County. That's kind of like the background, but he's running for governor of California. So that's why people are like, why is some random sheriff making all of these news? Because he's destroying Gavin. But I know he's not running against Gavin, but he's running against Gavin policies. But he posted Nicki Minaj is Gavin Newsom's worst fear. And just because of all the, everything she's called out about all the corruption here in California, it's so true.
Yeah.
Halle Berry was going after his ass too.
Yeah,
the only way California will get. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm just saying the celebrities, a lot of celebrities here are turning against because they can't afford to live here anymore. Their taxes, my taxes are unbelievable. I have no idea how they make it.
Didn't Halle Berry come out and do the same thing where she was talking shit about Gavin Newsom as well?
Constantly. She's done it multiple times.
Yeah. So you might be onto something. California might actually go red, and then the left will have nothing.
Well, they'll have to clean up the voter rolls before.
If California goes red, Democrats are fucked.
That's it. That you've lost the next 50 years of elections. That's why I do not know why they don't focus on California. I understand you have to do the messaging in 15 different languages. If you win California, you own the next 50 years of elections. They could not get the electoral college points without California. If they lose California, that is a forever fucking loss. We now have one party rule in the United States. I'm not saying that's a great thing. I'm just saying look what happened to California. We've had one party rule. Look how corrupt this state is. But if the Dems lose California, they will not have the presidency for 50 years.
No, you're missing a key point. I disagree strongly with that. We are very close. I say we as a very lightly, but the Republicans are very close to losing Texas.
Count to 270. Show me how you get there without California. Do it.
It's very simple. You lose Texas, Trump wouldn't have lost.
Wait.
Texas don't have 55.
You're still okay. You got to pick 17 other states. So keep going.
They've been claiming Texas going blue for over 10 years.
Who has been claiming
Texas?
Yeah, and he won it.
Yeah. Look at every big city in Texas. It turns blue.
Well, look, how many points did he win Texas by? 22?
Texas just passed voter ID.
Did they? They did pass voter ID?
Yeah.
And that would be good. Because it can't, you got to do something, but you can't just focus on one state, is my point. Is if you just try
they're working on it, trust us.
California, you're going to end up forgoing and giving up another state somewhere else. Yep. You have to keep people focused.
They have voter ID in Texas now. Yeah.
They do?
Yeah. Yeah, because when we were tracking the election stuff on election night, they had a few different propositions on the ballot, and every single one that you looked at, the only city that was blue was Houston. Yeah. All of the others were red.
Austin? Really?
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It surprised the shit out of us.
Prop 16 citizenship voting.
Yep.
72% approval.
That's good. That's a good thing.
There you go.
See, and those are the type of changes that need to happen on a state level. And by you saying that, that's fantastic. But we have everybody.
And remember, their redistricting work too.
Mm-hmm.
You have everybody on the right saying we're doing nothing for election reform, but that's election reform.
They also mention. Go ahead, Jake.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, there are measures being done in multiple places. Multiple states are doing very well, actually. I mean, Florida's done quite a bit. Texas is working on it finally, etc. But now we need to worry about states like the rest of them. That's why well, Indiana's working on it as well. And then they had rhinos, of course. Yeah. And so Trump did the executive order that you have to do, what was it, national voter ID. And that went into the Supreme Court, I think, and that's supposed to be decided at some point. If that goes through, it's over for the left because you have to prove you're a citizen to vote. If you have to prove you're a citizen, it's over.
Only for federal elections.
Yes, exactly. It's over for the left.
True. Yeah.
Where does the power?
Because look, if right now the power resides with the people, theoretically.
With the states, right?
Yeah. You cut out the whole time, Truth.
I didn't say anything.
No, Truth is feeding back.
Oh, okay. I don't know who was talking then.
So yeah, if I'm cutting out, please tell me. But that's where there's a misunderstanding. Like yes, Trump can do his part with that executive order. It's great, but he can only enforce that for federal elections, not state. State is where we want the power to be, not with the federal government.
Well, yeah,
I agree. Down on the pride.
Yeah.
No, when it comes to voting nationally, you do not want the states to make their own fucking rules, or the states will say everyone we import in here, 40 million, 30 million illegals can vote. You do not want to pass that to the states.
Not if you get rid of them, which is what's going on right now.
They still have ballots. They'll still vote.
Yeah, they vote in California. They vote in
We
New
just
York.
talked about it with Texas, which would solve it. Why do you
How are you going to get a blue state? Bro, how are you going to get a blue state like California?
You don't.
Or New Mexico or now Arizona?
You give up on them.
How are you going to get them to vote? Why?
Because you can't
because the only
handle
reason
corruption like that.
Well, the only reason why they're a blue state, for example, look at New Mexico. I think our reported population is like 1.2 million. We're a blue state because of gerrymandering from people from California.
Correct.
Same thing when in Arizona. Same thing, right? So why would we allow them to continue their corruption? Instead, dismantle the entire party.
So
that's kind of what I think they're working on.
The federal government to police the states is what you're telling me.
They've been doing it since 1860.
No, that is not my question. You are telling me, give me a yes or no answer. You are there for the federal government to police the states.
No one said policing.
They have.
Oh, you are. You're asking the federal government to oversee every election, including state elections, from top to bottom.
Well, it's not state elections, no. You're talking about elections for like mayor, right?
Correct. Because you just said we want them to have oversight because we can't trust the state.
No, we said we want federal elections to be secure and only citizens voting.
Yeah.
Okay. Who controls your property taxes? Federal government?
No.
State.
The state.
Okay. Do you not want those elections secure?
What do you mean?
Of course I do.
Okay. Where do you want the power to reside? With the state or with the federal government? Pick which one.
I think the state is like California being corrupt, and they are putting people into the House seats, the Senate seats, that are able to legislate that affect every one of us. So I'm okay with the federal government regulating federal elections. So, and as for state, I mean, you get rid of some of the fraud, then you're good to go. You know what I mean? It'll be a domino effect.
The federal government controls federal elections. That's already done. That's done. That's why Trump can sign that executive order.
Not quite.
Why not? What am I missing?
I mean, he can't sign an executive order saying voter ID for all because it doesn't have any weight with the states.
He can for federal elections. Yes, he can.
Yeah. Well, he already did, so.
Yeah,
we're just waiting on that one to go through the court.
Yes, he can.
I was about to say it's still got to go through the Supreme Court.
Councils or your mayors or county councils or governor, no.
Yeah, we're waiting on it.
Yeah, it's still going through the Supreme Court, so it's not like set in stone. Right? I know he did it. He could do it, whatever he wants. Like Biden said, the 27th Amendment was something, and it obviously wasn't. Right?
Facts.
I mean,
that's true. You're right.
the
part that I'm emphasizing is it's dangerous if you're going to turn over the federal government to oversee the states, because everybody keeps using California as an example, but all of you on here seem to be very conservative. And I'm conservative. I'm more libertarian than I am a Republican. But when it comes down to it, why doesn't anybody promote what Florida is doing? When you talk about negative, you keep bringing up California and why you do something instead of talking about why Florida did something right or why some of these other states did something right. For example, Utah, by 2029, you will not be able to vote in our election if you don't have a voter ID and you don't show up in person. Unless you are disabled. If you are disabled, you can vote from home. Everybody else has to show up to a voting poll.
Now, why that takes so long to be approved? Why till 2029?
That is a good question.
I was about to ask that too.
The compromise that we kind of caved into.
Yeah.
So you really like the whole states, huh? You like the states having that kind of power waiting until 2029?
Yeah, I believe in we the people, not the federal government.
Yeah, the federal government's supposed to be really small.
The federal government, I say burn it all down.
Federal government's supposed to be really small. It's supposed to be really small. It's not supposed to have the kind of power it has right now.
Well,
it never.
Well, and that worked.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Go ahead, Sip.
What'd you say? What was that last thing you said? You see how that worked? Is that what you said?
Go ahead, Sip.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, like the states it's supposed to be the power of the states. Like the states are supposed to basically. Okay, let me put it like this: the federal government is supposed to be there to protect the rights of the people. Let's say, in case the state, goes fucking psycho, or. I mean, that's basically what their purpose was to kind of protect the people from the states and to deal with interstate matters, right? But,
yeah, I would take it a little bit farther. I think you're more referring to 1800s of the federal government, but going back to the beginning and the founding fathers, the federal government was supposed to just be border exterior, right? So that's why we had a Navy very early on with the military. Is everything to protect our country and anybody to come into our country. Everything within the states is mostly worked out through the states. If your commerce cannot be worked out within the states, that's when the federal government gets involved. That is the philosophy, my utopia, if we can get back to that. I know it won't happen, but that's what I believe in.
So your utopia, you're in a state and the state governor says we're going to shut down all lanes on the freeway. We're going to shut down all commerce and we're going to shut down all churches. Then in May, he has two F-15s from the Air National Guard fly over Los Angeles at a very, very dangerous altitude, so low that it actually could have hit buildings, to intimidate the people of Los Angeles not to come out. And then they locked down all the hospitals so that you don't know any information about the people inside of them, so much that they're actually have plastic seal everywhere inside of the hospital. And you start importing nurses from all over the world who you have no idea who their background is or what they're doing there, to where we don't even know who our staff are.
Sure.
You think that's okay?
I think that's not my problem. So I know that's a strong thing to say, but remember, you don't know me, but I'll brief education. I live in Utah, and that's where I do all of my stuff, and I worry about what's going on in Utah. I can't make a decision or have any influence of what goes on in California.
I got a question for you then. So you drive, you just passed, you're driving north of Las Vegas. You're on the 15, you're heading north, and you get out, you step out in right when you enter the border in Utah, and you get out to take a piss on the side of the road because you're fucking exhausted. You just left Vegas. You've been drinking tons of water. What happens to that individual who takes a piss on the side of the road with their kid because they basically can't hold it anymore?
That's a weird question.
Not at all. It's actually a relevant question. It's going to.
Well, what am I missing then? Must be.
Well, that police officer that was arrested because him or his kid couldn't hold taking a piss was arrested, and they charged him as indecent exposure.
Sure.
Okay. So you know the case I'm talking about. So yeah, he's from California, and he went into, he didn't think, he has a concealed carry license. He's a police officer in the state of California. He drives into Utah. He takes a piss, or his kid, they can't hold it anymore. And they charge him, and he has to register as a sex offender.
Okay.
You don't think that's strange that Utah has that kind of power?
Well, kind of power, it comes back to every state makes their own laws.
Okay.
I don't agree with that. Not at all. This is where the libertarian of me comes out, is I believe in nullification. Anybody that's in this space that doesn't know about nullification and being a jury, highly recommend to research it. Because that is where your power is, we the people, not the federal government. You can come in and you could say that you don't agree, you don't think that law is just, and you will nullify. You feel it nullification is adequate in that situation, that they did not do anything of harm.
So he just posts a Facebook post called nullification, and they let him go?
No, it's jury nullification. You'd have to have the jurors do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Well, see, that's a very rare instance of nullification. You bring that up.
It's not rare if we can spread the education about it.
It's true.
Well, all right. Nullification was also tried back in the 1860s, right? So the federal government kind of established the whole idea of states' rights after the Civil War, right?
Correct.
The states have rights up to a certain point. After a certain point, the federal government could come in and say, screw you, we're in charge, fuck off. Okay. And the reason why I think that's even more important now, because we have California going to the Brazilian, what was that, that climate summit, and making a farce of themselves. And
that was in Nigeria.
Yeah. I'm talking about the one this year. But anyway.
Oh, this year. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the LA fires when she went to like Africa or something.
No. That was, I know who you're talking about. That's Mayor Bass. My point is,
Mayor Ass.
Governor Newsom went to Brazil and represented California on an international stage, right? Now, to be honest, that is actually illegal. He's not allowed to do that.
Yeah, Brady Act,
by the Constitution. You know, and by the Constitution, no state is allowed to do international commerce. That belongs to the federal government.
Correct.
Right.
What did I say? The rules that I'm the utopia of the federal government. It's the border exterior. So anything that is already,
that doesn't work anymore.
What?
How does that work now when you have
it's
an international system?
You just applied that said the governor has no business where he was going because the federal government needed to be involved. I agree with that because that is leaving our border and also bringing imports into our border. That is the federal government's responsibility, not the states.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think about New York when they passed a law allowing illegal immigrants to vote in their elections. And, New York affects everybody here in the U.S. So, and that's where, we have a backup resource with the federal government.
Sure.
And that's the only thing I think about when I think about how things should run. We need a backup when a state goes rogue.
Yeah.
So what do you think about all these irreversible transgender surgeries on kids in California? Do you think the Supreme Court should have no decision on them, or we should just let the hospitals do whatever they want?
No, that's where I step out of being a little bit of a libertarian. I do believe there is some control in there, but I believe it comes from the state. Now,
you believe the state of California has control over to cut off genitals of kids without parent notification because they're 12 and over?
I believe that the states make the laws within our borders. So the
that's suicidal at this point in history.
Yeah, you just lost your whole framework of argument. You don't understand the Bill of Rights.
I don't understand the Bill of Rights? How does that not understand the Bill of Rights? Tell me where the Bill of Rights is.
Because where does it say in the Bill of Rights that the governor of a state has the right to take your child and mutilate it without your consent?
I'm not saying that the state has the right to take your children and mutilate them.
But that's what they're doing.
Okay, that's fair.
That's what they're doing. So the federal government
are you forced to live
fuck off.
Are you forced to live within that state, or can you move somewhere else?
Not everybody got the opportunity.
You don't understand. They can take your kids anytime they want. Just like that case of the lady who just moved to Florida. They have her kid. She can't go and steal her kid back.
Okay, I understand that. Nope. That's a problem that we need to address. I agree. I don't agree with the surgeries. I am 100%.
The way you're nonchalant about it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's really strange.
And that's the bigger part that I see. Like, I fear that we put too much trust in a federal government, that we're asking for a dictatorship.
I thought you put too much trust in the state government at this point.
I'm sorry?
I thought you put too much trust in
he wants state governments to be dictators.
No, I want the states to be making decisions, because guess what? The states are actually where you have more power in elections than you do for the president.
They can make decisions, but when it comes to mutilating kids, that's where you draw the line.
I agree with you, but do you live in California, Truth?
No.
Do you have any power within that state to decide how that state makes decisions?
No, but the government should. Because of mutilating kids, they should.
That's where I disagree. Because I don't want the federal government to come into my state and tell me how to do things.
Well, I don't want kids mutilated, so.
So here's okay. So here's the thing, right? This whole idea of I don't want the federal government to come into my state and tell me how to do things.
Correct.
I understand that argument. Okay, I had about most of my family on one side or the other fought in the Civil War, and they fought on the side that lost. Okay.
Sure.
And I have plenty of books about the Civil War. I love that. Robert E. Lee was a very good gentleman.
Indeed.
It's huge in my life. I've read about it for years. I sit next to the Robert E. Lee biography while I'm talking right now, written by Douglas Southall Freeman. You can look it up. Anyway. The Civil War was fought over states' rights, right? At what point did the states' rights end and the federal government's begin? And when it comes to the freedom of its people, the protection of the people, unfortunately, the states lost that argument, right? Because they were basically saying, everybody says it wasn't, slavery. Slavery was a catalyst. It was part of it. And that was the whole shebang, right? The states wanted to say, they could say what a slave was, and the federal government says there ain't no more, right?
Sure.
And so it's the same thing when it comes to whether or not a state has the right to mutilate children or not, right? That should be a no-brainer. You know, that is one of those where the federal government should come in and say, if you have a doctor in your state cutting the wieners off healthy little boys or, you know, doing things to little girls, they have committed a federal crime and they will be held accountable. End of discussion. I don't give a shit what your state says.
Yep. So Casey, I mostly agree with you, Casey, but when it comes to kids, that's where I draw the line.
So I understand what you're saying. I agree with you guys in a lot of ways. There is a method to enforce that without having federal government overreach. And that is
no, there's not
in the Constitution.
Not anymore, bro. Not anymore, dude. It's 2025. I mean, I love using, you know, if we go to the actual terminology and all this, but our founders were a lot smarter than us, right? One of the things they baked.
Stupid. Everybody that's walking in this planet today doesn't even compare to the founding fathers. Not at all.
Well, I don't know. We got some smart people around nowadays. Like
I don't know. I'm pretty smart. I'm pretty smart. That's all I'm saying.
You're a dirty fart smeller over there, Shippy.
Yeah. But I was not that smart because most of the fucking founders were 18 and like 19 and fucking 20 something. Like the oldest one was Franklin, right? And he was 30 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say they're so smart, and I want to finish my thought real quick, is they baked into the Constitution the idea that we can grow and evolve as a country, right? And there are going to be things that change over time because society evolves. As technology evolves, it takes over different things. There are things we have today that you go back 200 years ago and they would lose their mind and riot the streets.
Yep.
So, you know, things are changing. And, you know, like I think it was Jinx posted recently about the what do you call it? The filibuster. Get rid of that shit.
Yep.
Because all they do is they use it to control. No more of this. Just steamroll. We're going to run the government. We're going to make things better, and we're going to change things for the future. You know, quit living in the bureaucracy of the 60s that, you know, has basically destroyed everything that our country stands for. We're going to move forward. And that's what we have to do. And that's going to change a lot of things in states. It's going to change the way things run in places. And some people are going to like it. Some people aren't. We'll just have to see what happens.
I don't disagree. The filibuster has been one topic for me. And I'm sorry, guys, for dominating your space. I don't know if there was
You're fine.
I didn't mean to do this. But the filibuster has been one that I've literally flip-flopped on multiple times over my time in politics and talking about it. And I've now come to...
Well, we're allowed to change our opinions.
Well, I've had the old school mindset of it's been valuable. You've seen where it's been used and super helpful. And then at times it's been a burden and a problem. And it's just like, okay, so I don't really have much of opinion on the filibuster anymore because you can make arguments both ways. And I'm like, well, we'll just see on where we go. And so I don't have a strong opinion on the filibuster anymore.
I do.
I can make a case for both sides. I really can. And so I've just kind of
when was the last time it was useful?
When
Biden administration.
When Rand Paul did it for 13 hours. What was that topic? It was 12 years ago. He actually made a lot of people just walk out of Congress because he did it for so long. The longest filibuster in history, I believe.
Until what's his name?
2013, March 2013.
Cory Booker.
Yeah, it's not the longest anymore. Yeah,
Cory Booker.
Cory Booker.
I'm gonna take us back to states' rights for a minute.
Sure.
So I live in Washington State, right? Yep. Extremely liberal. We're one of the only states that moved further left in 2024. So November 2024, voter initiative, we passed parents' rights. Okay. A bill about parents' rights to give parents power over their children. It took 2 months of the 2025 session for our state legislators completely gut the fuck out of it.
Yep.
100%. And that's where the problem with the states' rights stuff comes in is, you may have your voters that are going to vote for these things, and then your state legislators are going to go, nah, we're good. We're going to do what we want. And that's a big problem is because I bet you if California had a voter initiative to ban, anything having to do with transgender on children, it would pass like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the state legislator, they're going to gut it.
Yep.
That's what they're going to do, and that's the problem that we've got is at what point does states' rights actually happen? Because it's clearly not in the best interest of their people.
I completely get it, and let me respond to that real quick. Because Utah did the same thing. We did the same thing. What was it? 2017. Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Utah medical cannabis in 2018, I think is what it was. So Utah, super Mormon state. That's not a surprise for anybody. In 2017, we had it in our legislative session to pass it. SB 13, I believe is what it was. And we overwhelmingly had a huge amount of support in the state. The legislature did not want to do it because of lobbyists from the Mormon church. I am Mormon, for the record, so everybody knows. But the Mormon church pushed very hard to make that not happen. 2018, we had a ballot initiative to push it. I think it was Prop 2, Prop 4, Prop 2. Prop 2, and we passed it. The same exact bill that was SB 13 the year prior. Our legislature gutted it, just like what you're describing. 100% agree with you. It does happen. It's exposing a huge problem within states' rights, but we have to get our legislature to change that and to be able to push back. But unfortunately, we don't know about these holes until they're exposed, right? And so you have to kind of go through those processes, unfortunately. I don't know if I would ever side on a federal government oversight, because I know me, even if I voted for Trump in 2024, if I voted for anybody else, even including Trump, I had zero impact on the election because of the way delegates work, right? And that's where I have concerns with signing over all of the power to federal level, is because individual rights and voting power resides more powerful within the states than necessarily at the federal level. That is my resistance against federal oversight.
Ideally, yes, but realistically, it doesn't work that way anymore.
How is that?
Like Jinx just said, the people want it. Legislation shot it down. It's not for the people anymore. The way it's going.
Well, I mean,
we need to sign off on more government to oversee that instead of change the legislation so people have more power.
But how are you going to change it when the legislators are the ones fighting against you, and then you got to vote them out? But how are you going to do that?
There's no,
and
the Republicans are owned, and you know the state legislature used to be something. Right. It used to be an honorable position. It used to be a powerful position. It has become nothing more than a stepping stone, right? People use it for political gain, to help each other locally, then as a boost into executive, then try and go national. That's all it is anymore, because the power no longer really is with the states. Except for all these weird little things they like to do with, for example, parents' rights. You know, the people want it, but the state legislature says, but we're still in charge. So
yeah, I mean, even when it comes to our budget this year for Washington State, the Democrats didn't even let the Republican representatives in the room to discuss the state budget.
Wow.
Yep.
That's how fucked up it is.
So that was state budget, or was that county?
Yeah, our state budget, and we're hemorrhaging money. And so they ended up passing a $9 billion tax increase in Washington State. So $9 billion.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than there's nothing worse than feeling like trapped in your own state. And I think that's where you're missing it, Casey, is that we can't move to a better state. Sometimes it just doesn't line up, and we feel trapped. We feel like we're in a jail. We do everything we can. We go out and we vote, and we vote for these propositions, and they gut it. They sometimes in some states they have illegal immigrants voting to push it one way or the other, and it's just nothing but a prison for us, and that's where it's taking a toll out. So
I understand the pain.
Yep.
I do.
Can I guys just ask you? I just want to interject real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, champ.
Yeah, just in regards to the federal oversight of elections, are you guys talking about the SAVE Act?
It hasn't specifically been mentioned. No.
That's okay. So
it's important to talk about it.
Federal law to like basically show your ID, same day voting, all that stuff for federal elections, mind you, not state elections.
Correct.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you're against that?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So second point is we have the power to do the filibuster right now. If we filibuster, nuke that filibuster, we could pass the SAVE Act. And the Democrats would not be able to cheat in federal elections for the rest of their fucking lives.
Sure.
That's it.
I agree with that.
Significantly reduced
in all state elections. So Miss Jinx's point still is a problem, regardless if the SAVE Act gets passed or not. Miss Jinx's issue that she just mentioned still exists.
Yeah,
See, that's
when those
federal level.
when voting is more controlled, we don't end up with the issues that we've got. There's almost no oversight when it comes to elections in Washington State.
Agreed.
Next to nothing. Yep. There are only two things that the public can see, and both of them have to come with approval from the Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Or with a court order.
Yeah, and I understand.
And so much of it is not visible. It's really bad. And we've got addresses of like apartments that have 30, 40, 50 people registered to vote at them. Yeah. It's complete insanity. And if we can't fix that with something like the SAVE Act, we're going to continue to have these issues. But if we can get the SAVE Act passed through, then we're not going to have the same issues.
How is that? So let me clarify two things. Let me make a point. Well, not make a point, but tell you, I don't know your state as well as you do, but I know it really well. My wife is actually from a small town in Washington called Long Beach, Washington. And we are up there a lot. I refuse to own property and make that my primary residence for obvious reasons. But I love your state. It's amazing. But the main thing is how does the SAVE Act solve these problems for you making decisions locally? It requires federal government to come in and control your state.
It requires voter ID, and the voter ID,
federal only though is what he's saying. It's only for federal. It's not for
right.
State.
Your state elections
your
won't
local
change.
Yeah, your local elections.
But you have to keep in mind that they're not printing additional ballots just for people voting in state elections that aren't eligible to vote in federal elections. There's just one ballot. And if there is a federal election on that ballot, everybody's getting the same ballot.
That would have to change if they forced a voter ID. It might even in some states require two different locations, one for local, one for federal.
They would do it though. They would absolutely do it.
That would be.
There's a lot of ways to solve that, but yeah, it causes some interesting things. But the part that I'm making with you, Jinx, is like asking for the SAVE Act to pass, which I'm a big fan of, big supporter of. That doesn't solve your problem. You will still have that exact same problem until you get the federal government to institute power to take over your state. And I don't know if you want that. Is that what you want?
No, we're not asking.
Couldn't get any worse than it is now.
You're not wrong. I understand that.
I'd be perfectly okay with them taking over the West Coast, just the West Coast. Just take, make all that federal land. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. Can we just keep Washington? I'll give up California and Oregon. I'm serious. I really like Washington.
Washington is beautiful, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I
When
live
when
in
it
Oregon.
comes to the states, when the states are as bad as they are, there is still, yes, there is state sovereignty. It does exist, but they're still beholden to the federal government. And if a state is going that far off the tracks, the federal government needs to get them in check.
So let me give you this example. Everybody on this screen, on this space, went through it in 2020 with COVID. The states started fighting back against federal mandates. If you turn over that power to the federal government, your states will not be able to fight back. What do you do?
I'm just okay with the voter ID thing. To be honest with you, I'm okay with that. At least we get somewhat on track. I mean, it might not. Maybe they'll print 2 ballots. We have to, fill out 2 ballots. But having less corrupt politicians, whether they're in the federal government or the state, is a benefit to us all.
Big facts. And again, guys, like, I know I'm very different in a political opinion and how I see things than most people here. But I respect everybody's opinions and thoughts. Other than Truth, he picks a horrible football team and he's a pain in my ass. But everybody else on here,
You're welcome.
Fuck the Bears.
I think we can all.
Fuck the Seahawks.
I think we can all relate to the Truth statement.
But the only thing is I pose these questions and these ideas because I'm very resistant of federal oversight.
So you don't like the Bill of Rights?
Dude, we're coming back to the same thing. Let me ask you this question: If
I asked you a question,
the Bill of Rights,
answer it.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights stands with my rights and doesn't allow the government to impede on them.
There we go. So you are admitting that the Bill of Rights prevents the government from overreach and tyranny.
Correct. So
okay, so let's say you live in a state where you can't buy guns. They want to ban it, completely illegal.
Sure.
Do you believe the Bill of Rights is the authority of the land, and you should be? So you believe in federal overreach?
No.
Yes, you do. You just stated you believe in federal overreach.
The Bill of Rights and the Constitution controls the government of impeding on my rights.
Okay, so what? You're completely contradicting yourself. You make absolutely no sense. You believe in the Constitution and the breathing documents that give us freedoms, but you don't believe in their ability to enforce it.
The government to enforce it. So the
government does enforce it.
That's our land of the land, man. Your state government doesn't control that, right? That's the federal law, dude.
Federal Constitution.
That's part of being in the union.
Your whole thing is completely unraveled. You now make no relevant sense.
No,
and I'm very
that's what the
confused
mute
about.
button's for. All right.
I just want to say I'm very confused about your take on the Bears. You said you live in Utah. I'm very confused about that too.
Yeah, the Bears suck.
Anyway, so that
beat the Packers, fucker.
We did.
I mean, I don't care either way. I was kind of glad to see that dude make that great catch. I mean, that was good, man. I enjoyed the game. It was just a good game. So, overtime, man. So I was happy for the game. I didn't care who won, but it was a good game. I didn't give a fuck.
And the Bears won.
Anyway, I'm a Niner fan, so I don't give a fuck,
Ew. Niners. What the fuck? Why is he a speaker? What?
Yeah.
The 40 whiners.
Yeah.
Oh, the champs, man. The 5-time champs.
What?
Yeah. You got Montana. You got the greats there, dude. Hey, man, I bought my aunt. Dude, my whole family's Niner fans, man. My dad was.
They're only so good.
I bought my aunt a fucking autographed. I bought my aunt an autographed Joe Montana fucking jersey for Christmas. Fucking shit cost me $600.
Joe Montana.
And she's gonna love it. It's all good.
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana was great, man. I won't put that, and I won't disagree there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So,
anyways,
Jake's got his hand up.
Yeah, go.
all patient and stuff. Look at me. It's Christmas time.
You've never been patient.
You're always very patient.
You a lie. Why are you lying?
So, it's an interesting topic, and I love this topic, states' rights, because it's a fun topic anyway, and it's very important. But, so, you're talking about federal authority, right? So, let's say, for example, you live in a state that from before the time it was even founded, it was ran by foreigners, corrupt locals, and was extremely corrupt from the point it was founded, from the point it gained statehood, and just never changed, because obviously 100 years ago, even further back, when you go to California with the gold rush, the West Coast, it was a very long time ago when it was all settled. The federal government did not have the, I want to say, reach and the ability to impose the word Americanism, right, as our founders originally intended it. So, for example, as they originally started to move west, it was the idea of manifest destiny, imposing Americanism as founded upon the entire continent. And, of course, it's a great idea, but if you don't have the power to enforce it, it doesn't actually happen, and you end up with these states now. And so the state that I was referencing is my own. It was founded as a state in 1912, and it was founded by corrupt ranchers. It was founded by generational Mexican families. And the federal government never Americanized the frontier. It never came in and said, this is American territory. So now we have basically this cartel run for an outpost, right? You have the same problem in Arizona. You have the same problem in California. You have the same problem anywhere that the federal government was not able to come in and say, this is America, right? Now we have the situation we live in where we've got California is trashed. Somebody's computer just died. And we also have New Mexico, which is ran by the corrupt ones. Still, it always has been. So how do we have the federal government institute its power in places where it never did it to begin with? It needs to actually do that. It never really fully solidified what the federal government is supposed to do throughout the entire continent. It had that argument, right? And then in the Civil War, and that established federal authority. But for some reason, they took out the guy that established federal authority. And then once again, we had the bureaucracy take over, and they took out JFK, who tried to do the same type of thing. Now we've got Trump doing the same thing, trying to reinstitute federal authority, because otherwise we're going to have states like California exporting Trantifa throughout the country nonstop, and we'll just never get ahead as a country. We can't live with that cancer growing under the guise of state authority, because that will just absolutely destroy our country. That's what it's been doing for the last, 200 years? Since the 1860 war. The left has just morphed into what it is now. And it's just grown, and now it's the Bolshevik left, and they're even worse. So, we've got to see a change, and unfortunately, it's not going to be backwards. I think it's going to be a full, not a full, it's going to be a further empowered federal government. And not everybody's going to like it, but, it's going to suck at some points, but at the same time, it's probably going to institute a lot more safety and things that actually work out for us, not the people that our states have been elevating and destroying us with.
I understand what you're saying. A lot of the concerns I have is if we are going to ask the federal government to oversee things, they haven't been doing a good job at doing the current federal government oversight. So where do we think that's going to get any better?
Well, the problem is all you need is one lunatic in the state to ruin everything. Like you just get one bad governor or one bad person in the state. Hold on one second. Let me finish what I'm saying. You get one bad person in a state, like a lunatic like this Zorhan Mamdani, whatever, or someone local, and they can screw it up. It doesn't really matter. Like it takes one person to ruin it. Like, when if you look at the state of New York, for example, Rudy Giuliani cleaned up New York and made it a great state again. And then they got that douchebag Blasio in there, and he ruined it. He ruined New York, and then everybody since then has just done a piss poor job of it. New York is gone. So there are times when, I want the federal government to fix stuff because we're in 2025 right now. Like, I love the Constitution. I want to, continue to make that our living document. But at the same time, if the other side is going to continuously break the law like they have, sometimes you got to throw an elbow. So if the federal government has to get involved with elections, so be it. Because so far, we've seen a lot of election interference that cost us 4 years. So this whole playing it, I'm afraid of, I don't give a shit. Lay the hammer down, change it. And this is why you guys have heard me talk about this before. I'm pissed off with where the GOP is now because they have power. And all I hear about every friggin' day is fucking I'm sorry, I'm trying to watch my mouth. Is Nick Fuentes and Ben Shapiro and everybody else. Like, I'm just tired of hearing the same shit. I'm sick of it. Nothing is getting done.
Facts. Welcome to the federal government.
All right, I'm going to go to Shawnee. Shawnee has her hand up.
Yeah, Shawnee.
Hi, guys. Nice to meet everybody. Thank you for allowing me to speak. And I kind of feel like this conversation's all over the board. I apologize. I'm trying to follow as much as possible. We're just kind of touching on certain things here and there. That being said, we're talking about the federal government coming in to enforce, I guess, our rights within the states. Is that what we're speaking about? I hear election. I hear passing election reform laws, and I think we all understand that it's up to the state to follow the laws of the Constitution. Once we pass that, it becomes part of the Constitution, the state, and that is the prevailing document, governing document of our land, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the problem that we're having is, and what we're seeing now is that it's a law, right? But if the state doesn't bother enforcing the law, then you have to bring up the quote unquote lawfare. You have to bring, not the lawfare, but you have to bring suits, and you have to start suing. The government would have to sue within the state, but it would really have to start with the people within the states because their rights are being infringed upon, right? Their voice is being drowned out because the state is not enforcing the laws of the land. Do we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This is a situation, and I lived in California for a little while. Thank God I'm back in Florida. I lived in Georgia for a bit. So I've been in areas where it's like we've got one very dominant side over everything. And the point is, it's this, I did a lot of legal work in my life. So just for an example, and bear with me here, because this is kind of like what I can liken it to. It's like, let's say you write a will, right? And you're doing all these things, and it's written down in paper what you need to do or what somebody needs to do once you have gone away, and they're supposed to disperse your assets accordingly. Now, you're supposed to do it. You wrote it down. It's according to the law. However, it's up to the person who is in charge and executor. I think a lot of people are familiar with that, executor of a will, to execute it according to the will, right? That doesn't always happen. And when that doesn't happen, you have to bring lawsuit against that person who is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So my point in saying all of this is that basically is when you have the federal government that passes a law like election law, election reform laws that, you know, you have, you need an ID to go vote, or you vote same day, whatever the case is, they throw out the mail-in ballot stuff. It's up to the state to enforce that law, and they may choose to do it. It doesn't mean they're right or wrong. It just means that they may choose to enforce it. And if they don't enforce it, then there's another level in that whole judicial system, right? It becomes like a judicial system. You have to take them and fight them in court. So it's a long uphill battle. Like, we can get these reforms, great, and we all want to see them. We all really want to see them, but it's up to the person who's in charge to enforce it. This is sort of the same thing that's going on in the DOJ right now, the executive orders and all the things that are being passed down. They're not being enforced because people are choosing just to ignore it. Does that make sense?
I mean, things take time. I mean, the problem with our justice system is it's so overinflated with lawyers. That's when everything started to go to shit, if you really think about it. I mean, most of this stuff was pretty cut and dry until lawyers took everything over and added 14 levels to everything. And then you had to sue, countersue, file 14 motions, have 13 hearings.
Correct.
And, the federal government should be able to come in and say, no, if you're doing this way, this is wrong, because citizens should only be allowed to vote. I mean, that's common sense.
It's so painful to get anything done because you have two diametrically opposed opinions about the way the country should be run. We're not even on the same universe as far as what we believe is right and wrong. So when you have that, you continuously throw out, you throw everything at it to stall it as much as possible.
Well, these are 60-40 issues where most people agree with, right? The people that don't agree with it is the entrenched bureaucracy that just wants to create more rules and just destroy the system.
Exactly, but that's the biggest holdup, even though they might be the smallest percentage, but they're the people that are in charge of enforcing the laws that we are, that are supreme in this land, right? So if they choose to ignore it and not enforce it, then therein lies a problem, even though the people want it. And I think some other people were speaking about it earlier. It's like when the people vote for something within your state, and it's up to your legislators to move forward with that, whatever they voted for, and they're not doing it. They're just simply ignoring what people want to do their own agenda. And they're very full. They've gotten a hold of it. They've gotten a hold of it. They know how to manipulate the system. They know how to stall things. They know how to continue on with the process. And it's a deliberate tactic, of course.
That's where the Fed should change it.
I got a question for you guys.
Yep.
Go ahead, Vanilla.
Your underage child is in Utah, and they somehow sneak out of the house, and they make it to California, and they say they're transgender, and the parents really want their child back. California has a refuge for transgender minors and states that your 12-year-old doesn't have to go back, nor do their providers, and it shields the providers, the doctors, and the California, everyone keeping your child from being extradited back to the state. Were you guys cognizant that California has that law?
Yeah. I think Mexico has one as well, where they can come here and they'll do whatever, and there's no liability, which is absolutely disgusting.
You gave Utah as an example, so I assume that was directed more my way.
No, it's an actual case. Right. It has nothing to do about you. It has to do about a little girl who they're calling Dan. It's nothing to do about you unless if you're her. And if you're her...
Let me finish, because you keep bringing up these examples, and I understand what you're saying. That is where, if there is a issue between two states, that is where the federal government should be getting involved.
Yeah,
interstate issues. Yep. I don't like to see that, but that's what we established. I can't remember the year in 1800, but the federal government inserts itself in anything in between two states. And so the federal government should get involved in that situation. as what we see right now.
Yeah, that was what the whole thing with slavery and everything. The one state had one law, another state had another, and they said, "Oh, my state, has this law, etc." And the federal government said, "Not anymore."
What about when a state level government says, you know what, we're not going to enforce anything. We are going to be a sanctuary state. We're going to have sanctuary policy, including allowing sexual assault of minors, certain rape, and we're going to downgrade those to where only vaginal rape is you know what, I got to be careful I say that. Well, just read the legislation in California. So anal rape is okay, and it's now up to the judge's discretion whether to charge them with basically giving them a felony or knock it down to a misdemeanor where they don't have to register as a sex offender. I wish I was making this shit up.
You're not.
I've heard about that law. It's awful. And the federal government should come in and arrest everybody that made that law.
And they are empowered to do so.
So well, not really, though.
They're not currently doing so.
Yep, exactly.
No, it's sort of like the marijuana thing, right? Because everyone thinks marijuana is legal, but it actually isn't. It's still a felony. However, states refuse to enforce that law. That's where we have that issue.
Good for them.
And, well, I mean, with respect to that, I think a lot of people are, happy about that. But when we're transferring this into situations of anal rape and other sorts of vile acts of violence.
Rape legal in any state?
California. No.
It seems like it's a little bit of a misdemeanor. I don't think it's legal, but I think that the punishments are less severe.
Well,
isn't that what we just said?
And federal law should supersede all that crap, and that's I think the point that we're kind of getting at.
But only if the feds decide to get involved.
Well, we need to make the federal government get involved where every time it should. You see, but then, the federal government's overreaching. No, it's enforcing the law. See, so go ahead.
Let me give you one pushback on that. I understand.
Wait,
the bigger problem that we're not talking about here is a lot of people don't show up to vote in local elections and anything in their state. It is the lowest voter turnout of all elections. Everything.
You're not wrong.
We want to be so worried about the president, but you're talking about your state's rights and your state stuff, but it has the lowest voter turnout of any election. And you want to know why it's going off the rockers? That's why. The morons that are getting into power, because I don't support a lot of the stuff you guys are talking about. I'm on the same page. I'm just asking who enforces it. I empower the states to enforce that. But when we have record low turnout, and for all of the conservatives and Republicans here, why I've been saying 2026 is scary, 1.2 million voters did not show up to vote to switch the seat from liberal to Republican or Supreme Court in Wisconsin on April 1st. From November 4th to April 1st, 1.2 million, I don't hold me to the exact number, but it's over 1 million people didn't show up to vote. You want to know why things are getting decided in your state the way they are? That is a huge part of it.
I think one of the problems is I was from Jersey, and Jersey's always going to go Democrat, and you go to the voting booth and you sign in, you show your ID, you do everything, and then you go home, and at 8 o'clock they go, all right, and the polls are closed in New Jersey, and we're going to call the race for the Democrats. It's like, all right, and so, there's just certain states where you should be out for local elections and everything else, but in some states, it's just never going to make a difference. The population has to change, similar to how it's changing in Florida, where there's just so many people going there that it's changing the vote. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. There's not a lot of people going out to vote, but people are also tired. They're also, they're tired of seeing the same old, and almost nothing getting done. So there's a lot of fatigue there.
There is a lot of fatigue. And I'll be honest, and this is where I put a lot of the blame on making elections so public that everybody's experts in it. We gave everybody a microphone on the internet, that they're an expert of everything on the internet. Like, think about the biggest thing that just comes up every other week. All of a sudden, you have 1 million experts in that one topic when they didn't even know about it 2 weeks ago. And that's the problem.
Attacked.
You have so many people talking like they know what the fuck they're talking about when they really don't.
Ow. Why are you being so mean to me now?
Right?
Not you.
That's fucked up.
I agree. I'm a moron. Yeah, really. I'm retarded.
The problem is just people talk on the internet but not get engaged. That's the TLDR.
Right, I'm going to go to the last couple of hands that we've got here because
I was just going to say amen to that point, that last point that you made, the engagement piece.
All right, Vanilla, you still have your hand up. Is there anything that else that you had?
Copy that. Yeah, I want to tell you about something that happened to me. So I was, this was many years ago, and my beautiful wife is down there, and we got a call, and we got notified that our son was in custody by CPS because his birth mom, this is the lady who gave birth to our son, was arrested for trafficking. And I got a call saying that the police had my kid and that they were going to meet me at my house so they can drop my kid off to me. So I'm in the middle of a frickin' vaginal exam, and I tell them I'm a doctor and I'm really fucking busy and I'm dropping everything. I'm going to notify the next person and I'm leaving immediately. I break every rule in the basically traffic to get all the way to my home as fast as I can. And there's no police officer there. There's no CPS there. There's nothing, not even a business card. So I call the number back and I say, hey, I'm home now. What's going on? And they said, well, we're having a problem. They said, your son says you're his father, but his birth mom says that her brother is the father. And I said, you've got to be effing kidding me. And they said, no, we're sorry, sir, we're not. And you know, it's a holiday weekend, so we're going to be shut down 4 days. And the soonest you can address this is the following Tuesday in court. And I said, so where is my son going? And they said, we're going to place him with a foster family. You see my wife down there giving all the thumbs down. Because this is what they fucking did. So my son calls us bawling, crying on Saturday. He's placed with a family Friday night that doesn't speak any fucking English. And my son begs me. He says, Dad, please go to Nevada, get all your special forces buddies and come here and take them out and get us out of the country. And I said, son, it's so bad. I'm bawling, crying. I wanted to do things so bad that I did in the military for so many years that I am so good at, and that is extractions. I'm a fucking master at extracting patients from the worst situations you could ever imagine. And I know exactly how to go in and extract anyone who is a hostage. I'm a master at it. That's all I ever did other than practice medicine. And I wanted to so bad. And I prayed and I prayed. And I knew that I would utilize every resource that I had. So when I showed up to court on Tuesday, I would get my son back. So they call us on, my son he's allowed one more phone call. And they said, we just found out it's your son's birthday. And I said, oh, you just found out. And they said, yeah, the birth mom called from prison and said that it's your son's birthday. And I said, well, you keep saying my son, but you fucking took him from me. So is it my son, or are you guys actually giving me rights? And they said, well, we have reason to believe he's your son. I said, you mean all the fucking pictures in my house that I have of a kid? I'm either Michael Jackson or I'm the fucking kid's dad. So it's one of the two. This is exactly how I'm talking to that motherfucker. And he says, well, you guys can come meet your son at McDonald's. And I said, okay, so he's going to have a birthday party at McDonald's. Well, they said, no, well, we have to have the police here because we need to know that you're not a danger to him. And I said, what are you talking about? So we go to the McDonald's and, the police are there and the CPS is there. And I get to, we bring my son a cake. I know my wife's probably bawling her fucking eyes out in the other end of the house right now. Yeah, she is. That's fucking awesome. So finally, Tuesday, I'm sorry, we go there, we give him the cake. Of course, the foster parents throw away the fucking cake. We get to hear from his little brother crying, just screaming, please save us. Please come and get us. Please extract us. Tuesday is a fucking federal holiday. And I'm sorry, Monday's federal holiday. Tuesday, we go there and they CPS, it's juvenile court, so everything's sealed, everything's protected. I have no idea what the fuck she's being charged with. And they basically tell me because I'm in California, I'm going to have to go through 2 years of parenting classes because my son was found to be with a woman who's his mother who happened to be trafficking meth. Of course, I have no idea about this because I did not know any of this shit was going on because I don't control her household. So they say it's going to take me several years to get my son back. And I explained to them, I said, listen, I have unbelievable resources. I said, well, I know you guys have to recess for lunch. I said, my son is coming home with me tonight, and I'm going to get his brother and sister also, even though they're not mine. I said, my son is not staying here, so you guys do whatever you fucking do, and I'm going to have to do whatever I do. We come back after lunch. If I was not a doctor and I did not have all of the legal connections and $150,000 of free cash that we meant for a down payment on a house, I wouldn't have had my kid back. They were throwing a fucking fit like you would not believe. And guess who came home with me and my wife that night? Our son. We didn't get the siblings until the following day. And she did every fucking thing against the law, and obviously at that point, I got full unlimited custody. It literally took her being pulled over for trafficking meth, child endangerment, all of these things, for me to get full rights over my son. And they made me go to classes for the next 2 fucking years. I couldn't get out of that on how to parent. So my son and I had to go to counseling together. And I was just like, buddy, we're going to make it through this. I love you so much. We're going to make it. This is how this state is. They steal your child for any reason. And let me tell you, the Democrats are masters at stealing children.
That kid's never liked cake ever since.
Hey,
can't get him to eat cake.
Can I make a joke? By the way, you said you were Michael Jackson. You are Vanilla Gorilla. Come on now.
Yeah, that's a little on the nose.
It is.
Well, thanks for sharing that story, though.
Yes, you're absolutely right. CPS is a pile of shit.
Yeah,
Every state it runs is corrupt. It's corrupt in Texas. It's corrupt in California.
You have no idea how close that situation almost became to where we were going to be living in Canada and then somewhere else. It was very, very close. Literally, all I did my whole life in the military is victim extractions. That's all I ever did, ever.
And of course, you would want to do that for your own family, obviously.
Yep, we almost did.
There should be no family in America that should have to deal with bullshit like that. And
So California has had social workers shot in the fucking head, unalived. And because of this shit, and they want to ban all guns.
Yep.
Let me tell you what people in California are never going to get rid of. We have 500 million known guns in the United States. 100 million of those guns are in California. They are never, ever, ever going to get our guns, but they want it so bad. And that is why you can never take away the Bill of Rights, because tyranny in California will exist to where they can just come in and take your children for any fucking reason.
Yep. And you know how much money they get per child that they have in the system? It's absolutely.
I do know. I was charged it. They fined my wife and I the $65,000 fucking dollars for 4 nights.
Yep. So every and if they can't fine you, it's all back paid by the federal government through Health and Human Services.
And they couldn't believe when I cut them a fucking check. And I was like, listen, you guys are going to get paid in one of 2 ways. You're going to get lead or you're going to get cash. I suggest you take the cash.
Right.
I go with steel, not lead.
The whole system needs to be shut down, restarted. It's disgusting.
It's pretty rough.
Yep. And they never show up when they're needed. There's been 2 situations in this state, and they were nationally known, where CPS or CYFD, as it's called here, was warned about situations. They did nothing, and then mothers would murder their children. So, yeah, CYFD, CPS, whatever it's called, the juvenile justice system, the family court system, it's all a fraud.
And I want to apologize to my wife. I didn't mean to make it so somber around the house, baby. I love you with all my heart, all my soul, and I thank you for everything you've been to our family. And I am nothing without you and without the Lord Jesus Christ. And I love you so much, gorgeous.
And now you can slap him upside the back of the head for making you cry.
Yes.
Yes. 100%.
Especially the weekend.
Do it.
I give her permission. Yes.
Yeah.
Please do it. Because you're an angel and he deserves it.
Yep. Oh, I'm
really sorry that happened to you.
I just make.
Thank you. I honestly never would have believed anything like that could happen. We've obviously had full custody of our kid for 15 years now, but we never, ever, ever believed anything like that could have happened. He's in college now. He's doing great. He's actually home for the holidays. But I never knew people had that fucking power. County officials could literally steal your kid. I had no idea. I let me tell you, that changed me from being. That put me 10 steps right of Genghis Khan. My arsenal went up to 100 plus. That's just on my handguns. We have 30. Let's say we have over 30,000 rounds of 9mm. I won't go into the rest. Let me tell you.
Should we know all of this? Like I'm just saying, I don't know if I really want to know this.
It's that video game he plays.
I just wanted to say that I posted a link to a creator that recently came out with a documentary called Never in America, and it really addresses exactly what you went through or a similar situation of child services stepping in and removing children without any type of authority, and there's specific reasons for it. And anyways, I posted that for you to take a look if you're interested.
Thank you. And absolutely. No, I shared the story, not to make my wife break out crying, but I shared it. See, because it happened to me. It is what changed my views so much when I got out of the military. It is what shifted me so far to the political right. Taking my kid. That's what did it.
Yep. And the Bill of Rights, if we looked at the federal government to actually impose that as it should on the states, that should never have happened. I'm just saying there should be no point where a county official has the ability to touch your child. You should be able to just, push a button, report that to the feds, and then send the Marines in to kick some ass because, I'm sorry, I'd rather see the Marines patrolling the streets of San Diego making people's lives better than rely on some retard winning the poop contest over there somehow. And, enough is enough. I mean, Lincoln enforced federal law. It's time for Trump to do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody said something earlier about obviously something disgusting when they were talking about anal rape. And I just want to go back to a few spaces before and just say, Jinx, this is why we need safe words, okay?
Right. If she did spaces every night, she'd win. Like they grow out of control.
Well, she killed us all.
We wouldn't be able to stream all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just dropped us all dead. We were all dying.
No, we would be able to stream them. What are you talking?
For the record, it wasn't me. I'm just saying somebody brought it up.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. A couple guys were like, "Yeah, all safe word, safe word. We need a safe word." And Jinx goes, "What's a safe word?"
I did.
Poughkeepsie.
Right. No, it has to be something people can pronounce.
Poughkeepsie?
Yeah.
It was so easy to say. Poughkeepsie. Wow. I think I hurt myself.
I do have
my ex-wife was from Poughkeepsie.
No shit.
I have one question. And this is completely random.
Oh, cool.
I logged in to, I guess, Legal Just was on one of them, and we're mutuals, and I followed, or I just jumped on the chat, and I was like, "What's going on?" You guys were in New Orleans, and all I heard is like all this background music, and I'm like, what's going on here? And I just sort of didn't. It was in the middle of dinner, and I didn't catch it. So, do you guys have like that recording that I can go back and look, or if you want to just like briefly tell me, it'd be great.
Yeah, so I
was very confused.
I did a lot of editing and it to where you don't hear the background noise as bad, and it is on Rumble on our JinxedSip.
I'm gonna drop the link in the purple pill.
Yep. And so I mean, you can go to our website. It's got all our links, but yeah, the Rumble and the YouTube both have that video up with it just boiled down to just the interviews. You can still watch the live stream if you want to. But we were live streaming. We always live stream. We're live streaming right now. Everybody's famous. Yeah.
So amazing. I was like, all I hear is like, the typical music you hear in New Orleans, like just the background jazz music and, white noise. So
they went down there looking for a ruckus instead. They found a party. So
it sounded like it. It was like, sounded like great.
Went to Minneapolis.
Well, I didn't fly across the country for nothing. So,
well, I'm definitely interested. I'll check it out.
Yeah. Essentially the 20-minute edited video is down there in the purple pill. So if anyone wants to watch it, it'll take you to Rumble video rather than watching 2 hours of streams.
I even did commentary.
What did you say?
I said I even did commentary in between the interviews, so you don't have to listen to all the jazz music and shit as we're walking. But yeah, I cut down
where we can actually understand you. Most of the time, you mumble.
That's just sippy.
Yeah, it's because I'm always tired. But yeah, fucking yeah, it was fun times, and I think I got the audio pretty good on that. So yeah.
It turned out good. All right. Well, we're almost an hour over, so we're going to close out here. We are not going to be doing our Wednesday space because it'll be Christmas Eve. We want everybody to spend time with their families.
Yep.
So we may still be around, just not doing our space. Yes, Vanilla.
Can my son say hi real quick?
Absolutely.
Obvious.
Hi, what's going on?
What up?
What's up?
Hello.
Yeah, my son, it's cool to have him back. He's here for the holidays out of school. It's so freaking awesome. But God bless you guys. I'm sorry. He just walked in. I just wanted to give a shout out to my boy. I'm so proud of him.
Hello, Vanilla Son.
Yes,
Vanilla's my best friend, dude.
We're all proud of Vanilla Son.
Absolutely. All right. So we'll see you guys,
have a Merry
back
Christmas.
here. You too. We'll see you guys back here on Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern. Have a very Merry Christmas if we don't talk to you guys before then.
Merry Christmas.
That's
I'm
no
offended.
fun.
Merry Christmas.
I had to look up Merry Christmas then. So I had I'm fairly upset. I was looking at, like a baby kangaroo's a joey, and I was like, what's a baby gorilla? So I can call it gorillas. You know what it is?
What?
Infant.
Infant?
Fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Vanilla infant. All right. White
Vanilla
child. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in kangaroos when I found out they had 3 vaginas. So anyway.
Alrighty then. On that note.
But anyway, Merry Christmas, ladies.
Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Thank goodness I only got one.
Good information. Good night, guys. Merry Christmas.
Good night, everybody. See you next weekend.